are a condensed version of
what was already out.
Kind of like a recap with like
some of the changes that
some good
necessary.
some changes, some story changes, some like greater understanding changes, like deepening some things, like expanding some of the universe and characters a bit more. And then after the third episode, it gets into the next season. Mm-hmm. But it's very good. It's very cute. We got Jake to watch the pilot, and actually Liv too. And Liv did laugh because of one of the noises that Puppy Cat made it was the noise.
A good sound.
When Wallace the fish asked for a story. We were like, look, Jake, it's just the adventures of Megan.
God. Ouch.
Whoops. Because B is just Meg. That's all it is B is Meg.
Was that a yawn?
I think so. I had a bad dream. Lasagna, you were there. Lasagna's gone. I'm late. That's just Meg. Like, I go back and I rewatch the first pilot episodes like at least a couple times a year. And one of the times I did it, Meg still lived here and she came down to smoke the hookah right at the time where B punches Deckard in the dick with her umbrella. She's like, I got you some ice for your crotch. I'm shoving the crotch ice under the door. And I just looked at Meg. I'm like, this is you. She was like, shut.
She totally would.
She would. But so would I. Hello, are we live?
We are live. We've been live.
Hello, welcome to Nerdalopedia.
Welcome to Nerdalopedia.
Sorry,
where we nerd yourpedia.
I've been obsessing over Bee and Puppy Cat since the new Lazy in Space came out. Please go watch it so that I can have more Bee and Puppy Cat.
Ouch.
We are playing
Sleepaway by J Dragon.
Yay, Sleepaway.
I'm gonna put a link in the chat. This game is a GM-less little tabletop game. It's a pretty quick run. I think it takes like 3 or 4 sessions usually to finish up.
Yeah, it definitely took us 4 last time.
It did,
Yeah, it did.
It is GM-less, so we all sort of, it's a collective storytelling game, where we all make decisions on how the game runs. It is horror because it's Spooktober now, so it's a spooky game about a bunch of camp counselors at a camp haunted by an entity called the Lindworm. This game is really, really, really good. We played it a couple years ago. I actually got to beta test it before it came out too, and I had a lot of fun. It's only $20 on itch.io, so definitely go support Jay because they are super great. I'm gonna go ahead and put a link in the chat for where to buy it.
And
Bingo
then
bong.
do it.
Huh?
And then do it.
I did it!
I was telling
Them
Oh,
to go buy it like right
yeah,
now.
Then
Go
do
buy it. Go buy it. Play with your friends. We are going to be pretty much setting up the world on stream together.
This is going to be a world building episode.
So this one's mostly world building. And I'm going to read a lot of stuff to you so you can kind of follow along.
And then we will also, when we have like our corkboard here for our map done, we will put some pictures in the Discord, which I would link to you, but I would have to get up, walk around the bar, and find the button on the stream deck.
Hi, boobs. I will
Just
hydrate.
do exclamation point Discord.
Yeah, but I'm still working on opening Twitch, so I can't.
I still haven't been able to log mine in, so.
Yeah.
I got it.
So, you know, I could do that thing, but I need to.
Ta-da.
Very good.
Ta-da.
So, yeah,
Way to go, Rose.
that's where all of the updates will be, because we don't have our top-down camera set up this week. We might set it up next week when we're actually using the map more.
Yeah. Right now we're mostly just building the map. We have a huge cork board in the middle of the table, just so you're aware of what we're doing when we lean over and do stuff.
And then we'll go aliens.
Aliens. And it's our conspiracy cork board. That's where the map of the camp is going to be, because we're going to build our own camp. And then it will slowly become a conspiracy board as we play, connecting things. Okay, do we have any other announcements? Humble
What is
partnerships?
Humble Bundle is still Crusader Kings 3. If you want a good grasp on what that game is like, I posted a nice little story about it in the Discord.
Is this the one where you're...
My gay son Lolly turned into a serial killer, and then I forgot to disinherit him after I imprisoned him, and I died, and he took over the entire realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so my gay serial killer son is in charge.
Uh-oh. That sounds like a Game of Thrones plot.
Yeah, it does.
I'm pretty sure that's a plotline in House of Dragon right now.
I forgot to disinherit him, so legally, this is now no longer my problem,
and then
but everybody else's
Everybody
problem.
else's problem.
Someone I was playing with is convinced that the reason he turned into a gay serial killer is because I married him off to a woman instead of just letting him be a gay man. And then I seduced his wife.
That would turn somebody into a serial killer.
And then after I imprisoned him for being a serial killer, I forcefully divorced him from his wife and then married his wife.
Henry Tudor.
Okay, you did not.
Henry Tudor over
You
here.
can't tell us, oh, I had a gay serial killer son, and us be like, ah, naughty boy, and you tell us that you did all this shit to him. No wonder he turned into a serial killer.
Yeah, he was a serial killer after or before I seduced his wife.
Well, you didn't
It was
help.
payback for the serial
You
killing.
didn't help.
He killed my wife, so I married his!
Snell says, yeah, that'll do it.
You married
Wait,
your
he killed
daughter-in-law.
your wife?
Yeah. Which is his half-brother's mom, and his half-brother is pissed, and now his brother is determined to take over the kingdom.
This really is like a Targaryen fucking House of the Dragon plot, huh?
You
This
all happened
You just made the Targaryens in a video game.
This all happened in like an hour. I would like to point out that in the process of this all going on, I did manage to take over Finland. The entirety of it.
What is your end game right now?
Yeah, what's the goal
What is
here?
your-
Well, my
Plan.
end game was to take over Finland, but now my brother took half of it because he's a fucking dickhead.
You're dead. You are your son now. What is your end game?
What is you, the serial killing gay
as
son?
the son, I am determined to siphon off
Serial kill the whole world.
siphon off as much of his power as possible until I can play as someone else.
Aw. You could serial kill the whole world. You could be, what the fuck is that guy's name? Shit.
Oh, and
The German serial killer.
Are you talking about Hitler?
No. No. There was
This
a
is a German serial killer.
There was a German serial killer whose entire goal was to personally and himself, by his own hand, kill everyone on the planet. One by one. Not like a Karl Panzram where he wished the world had a throat so he could slit it all in one go. But this guy wanted to, like, individually
Pick out the blades of grass.
murder every single person on the planet. Yeah. He was a real guy. I can't remember his name right now. I listened to the last podcast and the last episode about him the other day.
Big dream.
Big dream.
Huge dream.
Big
Even
dream.
at
And
that time, that's a huge dream.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention
What
that
game
my-
is this again? Sleepaway.
Sleepaway.
I think she was asking about the game that I was playing. Crusader Kings
Oh.
3, which is on Humble Choice. So if you go
That's
to...
right. That's what all this
And
came
if you
from.
use our link,
Humble.
then we get a little kickback from them, and you get to support charity, and...
Hey, look at that. I also forgot to mention that my gay son's wife was actually the daughter of a friend I was playing with.
Oh.
So basically, she married her daughter off to me, to my son, and then I divorced him from his wife so that I could marry her. My friend was not happy.
You're
And
gonna
then
hear
you
about
died.
that later from Nat.
Yeah, how is your wife now that you have died?
She hates her serial killer ex-husband.
I'm sure she does. He's a gay serial killer. And and he owns the planet now.
The weird thing is
He
that
owns half of
He owns half
Finland.
of Finland. Okay, yeah,
the
you're
weird
right.
thing is immediately after he took over the country, he got 3 wives and got like 8 kids, like back to back to back.
He was like, okay, I need to have somebody to inherit this. Let's get this out of the way. Okay.
Maybe they'll also end up as gay serial killers.
I'm gonna go find a boyfriend now if I have to go on world tour to do it.
God.
It was.
Still trying to remember that guy's name.
Oh, and then Sweden showed up.
Peter Curtin. That's who he is.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Fucking Sweden.
What?
Fucking Sweden. They showed up, attacked me, and my friend couldn't help me because she's fucking vassal to Sweden. And I was like, come help me. And she's like, I can't.
I can't. I'm
Sorry.
vassaled.
That's my
Can't do
liege. And I was like, you're such a whore.
You're such a whore. A whore.
Here I am, the king of Finland,
Hello,
and you're
bunny.
vassal to someone.
Goodness gracious.
Well, yeah.
Hi, Bunny. Long time no see.
You can't be a bad vassal, otherwise you can't vassal anymore.
Yeah.
I took over Finland in like 10 years. It's impressive.
Are you going to be very American about it in history and say that it was for their own good?
Or very
You know,
British
to
about
protect. Well,
No, I
the
just
British
want-
are like parents about it. They're like, I don't know, your
Well, it's
country
not
just
like they
isn't
couldn't-
quite mature
Yeah,
enough to
they
handle
couldn't
itself.
govern
You
themselves.
need a guiding hand.
Guiding hand.
And America's like, we're doing this for the good of the world because we are heroes.
Heroes.
No, I just wanted their land.
I'm just hearing Catellia.
I wanted to be
right
called.
now.
I wanted to be called the king of Finland.
And I'm
What
mad
year
about
is
it.
it?
Did
Huh?
you? You did get to be the queen.
The king of Finland. I was for like 2 years, and then I died, and then my gay son Lolly was the king of Finland, and then his brother was like, "No, fuck you, we're splitting
Well,
the kingdom up."
we don't care that Lolly's gay. We care that he's a serial killer.
I also am interested in the fact that his name is Lolly.
Right? Like, there were a lot.
What's funny is his brother, who is not gay. I don't know why I almost said his gay brother. His brother,
His straight brother.
his straight brother, his half brother, whose mom died
Shota.
to Lolly. His name is Cutie.
Oh, damn.
Lolly
You could
and
have had a
Cutie.
really good...
And then they have another half brother who was killed by Lolly after this all started, named Ukko.
Sorry, Ukko.
Uncle!
UKKO, Ukko.
Sorry, Ukko.
Did you
You're too
name your
Ukko.
children this?
It was randomly generated
Okay.
names, and I wasn't arguing with it because it was amazing.
Ridiculous.
You're like,
Okay,
okay.
Sorry.
so that's Humble. That's our Humble Bundle sponsorship.
We're
I guess.
sponsored by Tabletop Loot. Also, they have amazing dice. If you're allergic to cats, make sure that you let them know so that their QA checker does not QA check your dice. Their QA checker is a cat. A very cute cat.
But not ideal if you're allergic.
Yeah. Also,
There it
20%
is.
off of your next purchase of dice if you go through that link.
No, you have to click the. you have to enter the code.
Yeah, you have to enter the code. The Sandy Hydra camel case.
Where's the GM? There. This is a
There is
GM-less.
no GM.
This is the GM.
This is the GM-less module Sleepaway. We
Yes.
played this a few years ago.
I don't think Jake got to play last time either.
He did.
Yeah, he
Oh,
did.
he did?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
He was
had
an
a
He had a
edgy-
character
band
called
weapon.
Crazy Jake.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Sorry, I couldn't remember.
Yep.
He was CJ.
CJ.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's no GM. We collectively tell the story. It is a horror game.
Did
so
CJ
it
have
will
a
be
secret claymore?
Yes.
In his guitar
The
case.
sword kind, not the explosive kind.
Yeah, the sword kind.
Yes.
It'd be really funny if it was the explosive kind, though. Like, why would you just sneak a claymore?
Into a kid's summer camp.
That would be something Jake would do.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
something. I mean, my character last time smuggled drugs into the little kids' camp.
Yeah, you're
A lot of
character
drugs.
A lot of drugs.
was full
Hey,
of weed.
to be fair, we needed a lot of
mushrooms.
drugs to get through that.
Yeah, to deal with all that shit. Yes.
You were Sunny, right?
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
Yes. Yep. Okay. Is that all of our announcements? Do we have anything else we need to
I
do?
think that's everything.
Yeah.
Jake's not gonna be this week. Jake's not gonna be next week.
No Jake the week after either, right? 3 weeks?
No, he'll be back.
He'll
third
be
week.
back.
Oh. So we got 2 weeks to finish this game.
Well, we might just make him watch the dogs and do our game.
He could come in as a strangeness character.
Next week
Oh, he
might
could.
be weird. Because Wonder will be staying here.
Oh.
So Nami and Wonder will both be inside of the house
Oh,
with
boy.
us.
Well,
So, we will do our best on that.
Pup Doggos. Pup
But-
Doggo Zone.
Yeah, pup doggos.
Diadems gave us
thank you for
100
the
beats.
Thanks.
Vasaya,
Yes.
where would we begin this tale?
So, what we're gonna be doing this time around for all those who have just shown up, is I am about to read a whole
Hi,
bunch of the rules for the game. Because this is a collective storytelling game, we build the world and our characters with each other. We don't do it ahead of time. Nobody does anything ahead of time. It's also been a couple years since any of us have played this game,
Yes.
so I am going to be reading out the pieces that the game wants me to read out loud. And so you guys will also kind of have an idea of what's going on. And then this episode is going to be a lot of building the camp and building our characters and sort of giving ourselves a nice little foundation.
Yeah.
Before
We'll probably
things go-
talk in character for a while at
Yeah.
the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then that'll probably be the end of the stream.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, now that we all have kind of broad stroke
Yeah,
ideas of
yeah.
like how this works. So
Yeah.
I think we'll be able to get through building everything fairly quickly, and
Yeah.
we might get through some of Act 1.
I'm hoping for actual clouds
Sorry.
of moths so thick that we can't see through them this year.
Ooh. I love that. I hate that. But
Like,
You like
can you
the idea?
imagine you
I
go
like the
outside
scary
because of a
idea.
sound and you hear this like whispering and
is
you think
just
it's the
moths.
wind and then this cloud of moths just
Evil.
like,
cursed. Deeply horrible. I
Are
don't like it.
do you not like moths?
I am terrified of moths.
Wild. I
yes.
don't expect that from you.
Horrified of moths. I had one when I was a child. I had one fly into my ear while I was trying to fall asleep once, and I cannot overstate
How
that
wild
it
that
is
is.
the worst experience on the planet having a moth fluttering against your eardrum. And it was in the middle of the night, nobody else was awake. I was crying in the bathroom trying to drown a moth inside my ear canal. It finally stopped moving. I thought I got it out, right?
Uh-huh.
My dad would not take me to the doctor. Because he was like, you probably got it out, it's fine. And then several weeks later, I was like, man, my fucking ear hurts while I was at work. And I kind of like dug in there a little bit, and then just moth pieces came out of my ear. And I was like, goodbye!
This is me with June bugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
They get stuck in my hair. Like every year, June bug in my hair.
Evil.
And my ex was like, that doesn't happen. This is like when people say bats get stuck in their hair. And on the way into the store, like minutes after we had this conversation, I get out of the car, June bug in my hair.
And you're like,
And so then, you scream because
Yeah.
they're loud and heavy against your head.
yeah.
And then again on the way out of the store. Twice. And he was just like,
Why does this keep happening to you?
this is happening. And I was like, I told you!
I told you this is what happens!
Yeah. There was a huge dock spider that scared the shit out of me yesterday. We were in the middle of playing. That was that
Kind of
noise.
That was kind of a good noise. It was a big dock.
It was a big dock
It was a
spider.
big docky.
And I saw movement. I was like, oh, it's cat fuzz. And then saw movement again and just looked and saw it just booking it across my keyboard.
And you're
And
like,
I just in
hello.
a voice chat with several other people for House Catboy staff night. I just made this sound and
She's
threw
going,
my and scooted my chair back. And all I hear is from upstairs, Micah go, I think there's a spider. 1 second.
Yeah.
There was a spider.
Because, she didn't scream, but she kept starting to, and then she'd so she'd be like, and I was like, I think that's a spider sound. I'll be right back.
Spider distress signal.
And it was a heavy enough spider that, because I like picked it up in a solid state box so I wouldn't drop it, and I could feel it moving inside the box.
A chunky boy.
So it was like a
girl.
large, heavy dock spider.
A big chunky
Yeah,
girl.
so Micah saved me from the dock spider, and I put my headset back on and like, yep, that was a really big spider. And like all of the guys were like, oh Anita.
Oh no!
You were afraid of spiders. I said, I am terrified of spiders, but I don't want to hurt them. So Micah Seika comes and rescues me from them.
God.
It's true.
It's true. I do.
So
That one handles all of the centipedes in the house.
for some reason, I can't see the Nerdalo Streams channel in Discord, so I didn't know the bot posted.
Weird.
Oh,
Did the bot post?
Apparently.
Okay.
But I can't see it because I can't see that channel right now for some reason.
Strange.
you're banned from that channel.
I'm sorry to
That one.
sidetrack. I know that we were starting setup.
Yeah, my bad.
The moth thing is interesting. You
moths.
seem like somebody who would.
Love
I
me.
hate them. Fucking hate them. I had a big somebody gave me like a big thick ass hardcover black shiny Bible for some godforsaken reason when I was a child.
Okay.
And that was my moth killing Bible. I would smash them with this giant Bible. It was my anti-moth Bible.
Do you still have the anti-moth Bible? Is it next to the
The
home
home
defense
defense
wrench?
I don't have the moth killing Bible. We also saw, I'm trying to remember what they're called. They're Michigan's equivalent to Luna moths because they're fucking
Oh, the
huge.
maple moths.
Yeah, those huge ones.
Yeah, I love them.
We had one of those on our bathroom window once, and I had a panic attack. Like it was on the outside even, and I was like,
I thought there was a
lost
bird
it.
in my house.
Yes. I thought it was a bird that had landed like on the windowsill or something, and then I looked again and was like, no!
Yeah, it was under my kitchen blinds, and like I just woke up and like I hear the blinds like.
And you're like, what
"Is
the
there
fuck? Is it a bird?
And I open it, and a moth flies out.
Ugh. It makes me want to just like retreat into my ribcage thinking about it.
Mel goes, you don't smash with a Bible, you smite with it.
I smoked those moths. Any moth I saw got smoked with that fucking Bible. Didn't matter the size of the moth, a big moth, a little moth, that moth got smoked.
I got you, Bible. Let me smash.
I did not know that about you.
Yeah, horrified of them. One of my friends was like, I'm gonna go. We have a mutual from the Our Flag and Stuff fandom, Kino, who's doing a tattoo apprenticeship right now, and they're not that far away from us, so we keep like going back and forth about like whether or not I'm gonna go down and get a tattoo from them. But my friend Hayden is, and send me a photo of what they're gonna get. And I think they're getting, I think it's a death's head moth. It's some kind of moth. And I was immediately like, Hayden, do not send me a photo of moths. I don't care if it's a fucking drawing. I don't care. I don't want to see them. I don't like them. Don't do it. And they were like, really? You're afraid of them? I was like, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you seem like a person that would embrace moths.
That's why I love the movie Mama. Because she's made of fucking moths. It's awful. It's a nightmare for me. And I was like, this is... And that movie is not that scary
No,
otherwise.
it's not.
But specifically for me, that movie is horrifying.
Well, I don't
So do I.
like
I love it.
mirrors at night.
Oh.
Specifically.
It's very-
like
yeah,
to
that's
see
very
my
specific.
reflection in the dark.
I'm sure Oculus was a delight for you.
I like
If you've seen that movie.
I did not because I
Because
saw
it's all
mirrors.
about a mirror
Yeah,
and at night.
I watched mirrors, and that was a lot. And then Oculus came out. I was like, maybe I can. And I was like, no.
No.
I actually was afraid for mirrors.
Yes. That makes sense. Okay. Let's get this started.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
This is how we do.
I'm ready.
This is what happens
We get it out now, and then that way we can just, wipe through this.
when we get our immersion in.
Yes. A big section of this first bit is going to be me reading, so I will do that.
But it's setting the scene.
Setting the scene.
If anybody wants reading breaks, we could just.
Yeah, we can
Pass.
pass it around.
No.
What?
No.
I am shit.
Okay. You don't have to read.
She's being
I don't know how to read.
I'm 30 and I don't know how to read.
Jared, 19. I've never learned how to fucking read. Okay, so the introduction to Sleepaway. Crunching.
That's some good ambiance there, thanks,
Yeah.
Nami.
Maybe that's a sound that happens every night.
Evil.
At
Sleep-
10:45.
Exactly.
Specifically 10:45, it's just
No, that's not exact enough. It has to be 10:42.
bad. Oh, okay.
Oh, you right.
10:43.
I raise you 10:47.
I do like a good prime number.
Y'all are wild. Okay.
You're wild. Feral.
Yes. Correct.
Read your stuff.
Like, stop interrupting me!
Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna put you outside. Okay.
Fox is gonna dunk you with the home defense wrench.
Dunk. Already jail.
Anti-moth Bible. Womp.
Oh
I'm gonna have to
man.
get a new one now.
Imagine a plastic vuvuzela as your bonking stick.
I do love that idea. What a noise it would make when I did it.
You know exactly what sound it is.
I need to get the correct sized one though, because they all make different noises depending on the size.
I'm thinking you want one about this size. Which in the plastic I think is red or purple.
Okay. Yeah.
I might be wrong.
I can't decide if it would be better to have like a really high pitched sound or a lower pitched sound.
It depends on if you hit closer to your hand or closer to the end then.
Curious. Okay. Let's get going. Okay. Sleepaway gives us long, hazy days, chilled summer nights, kids screaming and chasing fireflies, crackling campfires, and a gaunt, cruel monstrosity forever hiding just out of sight, always asking, "What do you do next?" Yeah?
Just dragged the one under the table.
In Sleepaway, you play as a camp counselor at a not-so-ordinary summer camp besieged by a strange and ominous cryptid. In the outside world, people grow increasingly alienated from their own identities, trapped in a miasma of advertising and corporate branding. Isolated from civilization, this summer camp is a beacon of safety, a refuge for misfit kids defined by their marginalization. As time pushes past and the world grows older, this camp also shelters the survivors of the Lindworm. The Lindworm is a shapeshifter, or so the stories go, a creature that flays the skin of humans and hides within. As counselors of this summer camp, you've each been traumatized by the Lindworm in your own ways. You remember little of that time. Just that you don't want anyone else to experience it either, and you'll keep this camp safe no matter what. Alright.
I was clearing my programs and I cleared touch.
Okay. I'm going to skip over some of that. The rules of Sleepaway are rules for for the conversation is what we call it. They help us settle disagreements about fiction, suggest who can say what, and push our stories in specific directions. This game isn't rigorously structured or bound, nor does it belong to any one of us. It's a collaborative conversation between all of us. We're telling a story together. As in other conversations, it's our collective responsibility to maintain the tone and emotional intensity of the game, just as it is our responsibility to keep each other safe. Often, in games like these, there's a game master who facilitates play. Sleepaway, like all belonging outside belonging games, has no such role. It's encouraged to have someone bring snacks, make sure the supplies are all there, and so on. But in Sleepaway, everyone operates on roughly the same page.
And we do have snacks.
And we do have snacks.
We do have snacks.
And drinks.
Okay. Making a heartfelt connection in the dewy field, glimpsing an unwelcome visitor in the woodline, stewing on unspoken thoughts while sunlight beats us into stillness, speaking our fears over the fire, fleeing the monster wearing a friend's skin. These may all be a part of a game, moments of our conversation. We add these moments by making moves. In this game's conversation, you, the players, so all of us, will take on the role of specific characters. Whenever you want to take an action upon the world or take your turn in the conversation, you make a move. Sometimes through your character, sometimes in different ways. Moves push the story forward and allow us to act upon the world. The most common move you'll ever make is take action, leaving yourself vulnerable, and invite the lindworm to act upon the group. When in doubt, make a move. When you make your move, name the move you're making, follow what it says, and add that to the fiction. Use other words to expand it. Maybe your move is the camper's introduce drama and contention. After you name it, mention how there's a crowd around the nurse's office and Mary is crying. Everyone says that Mary is crying because Amber, the staff's favorite camper, attacked them with a knife. No camper describes it exactly the same. Each story is more gut-wrenching than the last. You can find moves on your character sheet, on a setting element sheet, or in a ritual. You might find them elsewhere too. Some moves are questions written in italics and preceded by ask. These are asked between players about their characters and aren't necessarily asked in character. You know when you're talking to someone and suddenly realize something important that they're feeling that they're not telling you. That's what it is to ask one of these questions. There are 3 kinds of moves: strong, regular, and weak. Strong moves put your characters or other characters in a better position going forward. Weak moves leave you worse off or in a more painful place. Regular moves offer mixed results. You can't make strong moves all the time because you have to spend a token to make a strong move. You start the game with 0 tokens. To get tokens, you must make weak moves or engage with other characters' narratives by fulfilling their lure. Every character sheet has a different lure. You'll each read your character's lure aloud once you've made your characters. Alright. Now, safety mechanics. I know that most of us probably know vaguely like what our hard lines are. Might be good to write them down. We do also want to go over what we want to see in the story.
And likewise to chat, if
Yes.
there's like something that is like particularly traumatizing for you, if you're planning on joining us through this, let us know.
Yep.
Because you guys are also part of this.
Yep. Yeah, since it's a horror game, it's gonna contain body horror, explicit violence, including against animals and children. So that's, I think last time our rule for
No
animals was no cats, and we didn't, really viscerally describe any of the animal violence.
Or it was something that had already been dead.
Oh, yeah.
Like, because I know that we got pretty visceral with, like, the skins.
Yeah.
But they were skins.
Right. Yeah, so we already have a couple hard lines on some of that stuff.
Yeah. You can't hurt cats in our game, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No hurting cats.
Yeah. You can't
That's
hurt
the-
cats.
So you can't herd them.
Yeah.
You can herd them. You can't hurt them. Okay, yeah. So it's gonna contain some, body horror, violence against animals and children. We had campers, children die last time.
We sure did.
Yeah, we did. Sleepaway does its absolute best to hold compassion for any pain that might be brought into the play space, and your conversation ought to as well. Many tools exist to help you do so. One such tool is called lines, veils, and highlights. But that is just one possible set of safety mechanics. If there's another that works better for your conversation, use that instead or as well. At the end of the day, the purpose of all those mechanics is to ensure that everyone is given the tools to act compassionately and support one another's experiences. In the same way you'd ask your friends before talking about something potentially upsetting, grant everyone the same courtesy in the conversation. Some lines are built into the game. Sleepaway refuses to be complicit in modeling toxic power dynamics between campers and staff, or exploitative racism against indigenous people through the use of racist summer camp names and slogans. Okay. Perfect. So, we'll probably get that done maybe after we do, characters?
Yeah.
In between characters and building the camp, maybe?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Cool.
And you've got, I think last time, because you are the one with good handwriting.
Oh, I have terrible handwriting. I can have better handwriting.
I can attempt to have better handwriting.
I'll do it.
Please,
Okay.
not Micah.
Yeah.
God.
I'd like to be
me.
able to read things.
I'll do it.
There's, even when I was like 12, when they still were very about handwriting things in school for us, they were like, you can type yours though?
You can type yours.
That's what you can read a pen.
Yeah.
So and I never realized as a child that it meant that I was writing significantly longer papers than my peers.
Oh, God. Yeesh.
But then, like, I got into high school when they were doing more of the typed stuff, and they were like, oh my gosh, a page typed is so much longer than a page written.
God.
And I was like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? Ugh. Okay. I'm gonna give you guys choosing first for the characters. That's all of the character sheets right there, so.
I'm first pick this year. I think I did.
This is a cute little blurb next to the your character sheet. Maybe I'll. Are we? Okay, no, that was just my phone. I don't know how well y'all can see that. Up in this little corner. Oh, wrong side. Up on this little corner here, there's like a little cicada. And it says, I still remember the summer the cicadas were everywhere. I think I fell in love with being alive that year. Cute!
And you were the crafter.
That's why.
Yeah, I was the crafter.
Sorry, I'm just sort of.
That's why I murder people to feel alive.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Are you gonna be a serial killer in the game?
Should I be Lolly?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I think we'll be in trouble.
I think I'm gonna try the ropes keeper this year.
Nice.
Sorry, let me restack these. And then, while Erica is picking, I will read out a little bit about this character so that people have an idea. The ropes keeper tends to the ropes course, the structure at the heart of the woods. They are an enigmatic staff member, one who prefers the company of the wooden beams and tall trees to the presence of the other staff, or, heavens forbid, actual campers. Still, the ropes keeper is a vital part of the camp ecosystem and helps hold the entire community together with their stoic hermeticism. The ropes keeper is a distant individual. Their power is in quick movement, sudden shows of cold kindness, and the forest itself. So, some of the suggested play to find out is, why do I care about the other people? What drove me into the woods? And why do my friends keep me around? And then they give you some very fun things in this game, so they ask you to choose a
I think
name.
I will be the athlete.
Nice. That was Jake last time.
Yeah.
That was me last time.
I was the
And
crafter
then-
last time, and that was fun.
You can choose an old name, a name said thoughtfully, a carefully chosen name, a name with power behind it. And then for look, dull eyes, hardened eyes, pointed eyes, animal eyes, wide-set body, tense body, wiry body, nimble body, scarred body. My gender may be hermit, sailor, druid, swamp thing, rusted sword, a fox, an ancient oak, or none of your business.
None of your business. I do love that.
Choose how the woods first helped. You were running from a bully. The lindworm was trying to kill you. A wise mentor showed you its wisdom. Dream guided you between the branches, or you were in love here once. And then the rest of this a lot goes with characters.
Yeah.
Tell us about the athlete.
I am playing the athlete. Always choose to win, yells the athlete, both on the field and in life. The athlete is cold skill, emotion transformed into furthering the desire to do even better in the world. Never assume the athlete doesn't care, even if they never show it. Feelings come secondary to victory over the lindworm, to keeping everyone else safe, to giving everyone else the space to process. Feelings are later, win is now. The athlete is a storming individual. Their power is in restrained fury, tragic heroism, and their physical ability. Then I'll figure out the character stuff later.
I figured out my name very quickly.
I did not.
It took me no time last year, too.
I don't remember what I called my character last time.
I don't remember.
My knee-jerk reaction is that you named them an old-timey name.
I also am pretty sure you did too.
It was
It's
not...
like Ruth or something.
Well, it wasn't Atticus, but it was the same vibe. But you were a boy last time, I think.
Yes. Oh, I am the lifeguard.
Oh, that's what
So-
Micah was last time.
Some
No,
people
that's me last time.
Oh, it was you?
Some people might become lifeguards to avoid having to do the hard work at camp. This lifeguard is not one of those people. It takes a special kind of strength to be willing to drop everything and jump into the waves to save a kid you've never met before. The lifeguard is here to protect their friends in the camp, weathering everything the universe could throw at them with the same dogged smile. The lifeguard is an unbreaking individual. Their power is in mutual aid, physical defense, and self-sacrifice.
What were you last time, Micah?
I was the song leader.
Thought so.
We all just gonna play each other's
Yeah.
characters this
I
time.
actually think I'm gonna do the counselor. I was thinking about song leader.
I thought about
I was
it.
thinking about counselor,
Yeah.
but ropes keeper seemed fun.
It is.
They're kind of they're like a slightly similar, like energy. The counselor and
Uh-huh.
the
They're both,
keeper.
they kind of keep to themselves
Yeah.
too, for their own ends.
Okay.
Tell us about the counselor.
So I'm gonna do the counselor. Most people who work here are here for the friendships, but not the counselor. They're here to help the kids, nothing more, nothing less. And they'll die before they let a single kid get hurt. The world is harsh and cruel, and the Lindworm has traumatized too many. The counselor will do anything to keep their kids safe. The counselor is a passionate individual. Their power is their heartfelt speeches, charming air, and the people they surround themselves with.
Launch.
And then I'll figure that out in a second. I am gonna just tell the stream a little bit about the 3 other characters that we have.
Okay.
Just as kind of a giving you an idea. So those are the characters we've chosen.
Other potential NPCs that may
Yeah.
get pulled.
Other potential characters, if you happen to play this game yourself. We have the Crafter, who is very sort of floaty and magic and sweet. That's
Think
what.
Katie.
Think Katie.
Think
yes.
Katie.
Think of Katie.
Think Katie. And then we have the Fresh Blood, who's like a brand new camp counselor. Like this is probably their first year as a camp counselor, but used to come as a kid. And then the Song Leader, which is what Micah played last time, who's the tender, good-hearted.
They're like a
singing
mediator.
babe. Yeah. Yep.
They're very like empathetically there for the kids, but also the other staff.
Yep.
They were a very fun role to
Yeah.
turn traitor on you guys for a
Oh my
while
god,
there.
yeah, that was wild.
Yeah.
This fucking game, man. Okay. Put those out of the way here.
Still trying to think of a name.
I have decided that my camp name will be Oakley.
Oakley? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna be writing this stuff down also. I would highly suggest keeping a notepad. Because we're gonna want to remember everybody's lures and stuff too.
Yep.
Well,
Pens?
can somebody...
Where did the pens go?
Oh, I've got them right here.
Oh my god. I was like, have I gone insane?
Who is dinging me?
Is your notepad over here, Erica?
Yeah. I don't know which one mine is. I don't know who this person is.
Well, there's a blank blue one over here, so I'm just gonna hand you that.
O-A-K-L-Y?
Oakley.
L-E-Y.
Yeah, it is one of the names that one of my little kids that I keep an eye on sometimes picked for themselves when they came out.
Aw.
And it also fits the camp theme.
What's your lure? Just so I can write them down now.
My lure. Every time someone runs to my woods to escape a problem, they get a token. So if you're having a bad day and you just need to sit in the woods, I'm gonna come find out what the fuck you're doing in my woods first. But, you get a token too.
Get a token. Beautiful.
Hey. Pat, pat. Pat, pat. Pat, pat.
You got a baby over there?
Yeah. It's a ball of lint.
You gotta do that right next to me.
Cat cam.
The cat has decided that she is GMing.
Like a...
Hello, baby. I'm doing a sneak snuff.
Does anyone else want a pencil that doesn't have one?
I would take a mechanical pencil.
Oh god.
Nice
What
cat.
about you two?
Yeah, I'll take one.
No, I'm good.
I don't mind the other ones, but my handwriting's better with a mechanical.
Yeah, I feel like I can definitely grip a little bit better with a mechanical pencil. Especially when my wrists hurt so bad.
really detest the feeling of pencil lead on paper.
Oh. That's fair.
Will like send shivers up my spine.
Oh.
You're actually...
Lenka!
No.
Lenka!
Jake left that down here last week. Don't get your nose in that.
Come here!
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I love people.
Come here, baby. I give you a scratch.
Look how pretty her little magical girl collar
I know,
is.
it's so cute. I saw it last week and was like, oh. Oh, are you a baby? Do you sneeze?
And
Can't have
then,
those.
what is your lure, Erica?
My lure is every time someone respects you and your autonomy, they get a token.
No, don't step on my phone. Whoops. You want all that with me? Okay. Every time someone respects Lenka. Why?
I would like to smell your head. Cats are very shy and aloof. You know, they don't show any affection.
No, none affection. None at all. You're so funny. You're a funny girl. Do
She
you have a
looks
name
so
yet,
legal, and
Erica?
then she's done.
Yeah. Bertha Steele.
Bertha. Love that.
Bert.
Bertha.
Bert.
Do the campers call? Is it okay if the campers
S-T-E-E-L-L-E?
call you Birdie?
Yeah.
S-T-E-E-L-E.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put parentheses.
A big bird.
Okay. What about you?
I am Joe.
Joe,
Who's Joe?
Just J-O.
Who's
Joe.
Who's Joe?
No,
you
it's spelled
got you
different.
got to do a little bit more with a camp name.
No, I don't.
It's like an alias.
No. A short name, a name that's easy to yell, a sharp name.
Both. Very good.
Joe. Like,
I just wrote Joe over there instead of.
and then my lure, every time someone asks for your help to stay afloat, they gain a token.
It's sleepaway camp. You need to be Angela.
Angela.
It's from the movie Sleepaway Camp.
Oh.
is your lure and name?
I think I'm gonna go with Luca for my name.
C or K?
C. Short for
Okay.
Gianluca. And then my lure is every time someone engages with a camper as a fully realized character, they get a token.
Oh. Don't treat the kids like NPCs.
I think it's the other way around. If you're interacting with like your base character and not interacting with kids as an NPC.
No.
No?
It's like treating an NPC
As a PC.
as a PC. Like treating the kids not as like just cardboard cutouts, basically.
Okay.
So we're gonna do more with the campers this time, it sounds
Yes.
like.
What was your person's name again, Micah?
Oakley.
Oakley.
It was a carefully chosen name.
Oh. I love these descriptions.
They're all good.
They're so good. We'll go over like what our characters look like and stuff in a second. If chat has any questions about this game, also please stick them in there. I am watching.
Yes, I am also watching.
Also, again, if
Joe
anybody
isn't watching.
Joe isn't watching. If anybody who's watching has any like hardline no's as far as horror stuff is concerned, or has things they want to see in the game, also put those in chat because we can include them when we do our lines, veils, and highlights. Yes. So that would be good to include. I'm just gonna play fucking Dugdale. That's what's gonna happen.
Huh?
I've been rewatching again this almost 8-hour video essay about a TV show, a British TV show that you cannot get a hold of properly anymore. Even though it's not that old, it was in like 2014 it came out or something. And there's a character in it called Dugdale, who is very like, he's in this mess. He doesn't want to fucking be here, but he's very like sweet and he listens and he like engages very genuinely and it's very sweet. And so there's so much of like that energy in all of these different things that I was like, oh, okay, so I'm just gonna be Dugdale.
Sup fam, is this a one-shot or a campaign from the Sir Bagel? That sounds like my brother.
Oh.
It may be Frank. This is a short campaign.
Yeah. It's a campaign as far as this type of game is concerned.
Yeah, this is a survival horror game, GM-less, called Sleepaway by J Dragon.
GG
You can
Night.
get it at a Puzzle
GG
Creek
Nights.
Games. Thank you for the raid, GG Game Nights. We are working on building our characters in our camp for Sleepaway. This is a very fun game. No GM.
Very fun. I will post the link to get this game again in chat. It's a very delightful little GM-less game. It's a little spooky game. It
Usually
takes about 3 or 4 sessions to run all the way through, but there is built-in mechanics to do like a one-shot version of it.
But we have.
Yeah, we have a couple weeks, so we're gonna be playing this hopefully all the way through. But it's very fun. It's about being camp counselors at a summer camp haunted by a spooky entity called the Lindworm. And it's only $20. It's an indie game. I play tested it when it was first coming out for the developer.
It's super queer friendly.
And it's very queer friendly, very fun. And I am going to post the link to where to buy it in the chat. Definitely go show J-Dragon your support. They also have a lot of other really, really cool little games like this. I know Wander Home is really, really good also. That's a more wholesome game. But they have
So we'll
lots of...
probably never play that
They
one.
will probably never.
Oh, okay.
Erica's like, I would really like
I would love this game. Yes, J-Dragon does a lot of really cool, queer
Yeah,
little games like
my
this.
my
It's really
gender
great.
options right now
Yeah.
are hermit, sailor, druid, swamp thing, rusted sword, a fox, an ancient oak, or none of your business.
One of my gender options are a glaive, lightning, health goth, sports dyke, barbarian, lonely king.
Sports dice.
I like health goth.
I love Health Goth.
But we were just going to start, I think, looking at kind of considering our lines, veils, and highlights. Lines are going to be hard-nosed, so if there's anything in horror that is particularly traumatic for you, please let us know so that we can make sure that we're not going to inadvertently scar anybody that's going to be here.
We don't want to trigger anybody. We don't want this to be uncomfortable for anyone. So even though it's a horror game, that doesn't
Highlights. If there's something that you really like to see in horror, let us know. If it's not something that, for Veil is something that it's like, it's okay, but don't look at it too close. Let us know. There is going to be violence, gore, body horror, possible violence to, or death to animals and children. That's part of the game. More horrific, the better?
Nice.
Okay.
And we're gonna go over all our lines and veils, so you'll kind of know what to expect when we start getting into it. You
And-
might think of things, so
Yeah.
just tell us. Do you guys have character descriptions and stuff yet that you are ready for? I'm still working through mine.
I
But...
should probably pick one of these things. What vibe are we really feeling this time?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, I feel like is gonna get a little bit into what some of our highlights are gonna be for me, I think.
Yeah. I feel like I'm trying to remember exactly what we did last time. Last time we were sort of like, we weren't like friends.
Last time, some of us knew each other very well. I think that...
Oh, we were friends.
Yeah, you two had been lovers. We were friends, but had lost touch. And it was my first year back in a while, or was I the one that had never left?
I was the one who never
You
left.
never left.
Yeah.
Yep, I
I
never
grew
left.
up there.
Yeah, you just happened to...
You also lived on the campus.
Yeah, I lived
You
in the
lived
camp
there
and I grew
year-round.
up there.
You were pretty regularly there, but it was my first year back.
Yep. So we were more estranged friends last time, which I guess we could either go in like one of two extreme directions. I think with this, we could either be like people who have not really ever been friends, or people who have been friends for a very long time and kind of know what to expect out of the camp.
Yeah.
And band together pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, it sounds like your character in particular, like...
Yeah. Will be very-
You've gotten over the fear part of it. You've reached the enough is enough point.
Yep. So that might be kind of fun if we are all sort of like we come to the camp and we are like
She
ready for shit to
flailed
go wrong if it
Yeah,
does.
like-
Like maybe it hasn't for a couple of years, but we're still like
but it's totally happened, like,
Yeah.
recently, because isn't part of the setup that the camp is always recently reopened after, or is that what we did last time?
I think that's what we did last time. I know
Okay.
that part of the setup is that we have all had an experience with the lindworm, like a full-scale lindworm situation before, and we have a shared, like,
Yeah, we
a
were
shared
campers
thing.
then.
Yeah. About it. I think it being freshly reopened and remodeled and stuff was just a thing we did last time.
Yeah, it was.
So,
What if this is a camp that nobody ever has heard of? Like, it's every year when the parents and that come, they're like, oh yeah, we saw that there was this new camp this year, and we're like, oh, we've been here for years.
yeah.
Or
Yeah.
what if it's everyone's heard of it, but no one knows anyone that's been here?
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
Okay.
Sort of a self-keeping secret type
Yeah.
fucking SCP shit.
Yeah, like, oh yeah, it's that camp there. Never been there myself.
Yeah.
I do like that.
But everyone has like, oh yeah, my cousin's friend went there
Yeah.
for
Says
so
I
like.
hear it's
yeah.
pretty
But-
good. Maybe you
but-
should send your kids sometime.
But whenever someone talks to each other, no one's ever like, oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
Okay, I like
It's
that.
always a friend of a friend or a, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let me...
Maybe that's because the camp, for whatever reason, is never in the exact same place year by year.
Well, like a traveling. Well, I feel like that would be tricky with like
You
stuff
would-
like the ropes course and
The
stuff.
ropes course,
It
the
just
lake.
appears different places.
Yeah, but it only affects its area. It doesn't affect entire swaths of areas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean.
That might be. I think it would just be kind of tricky to do, like logistically,
Yeah.
logistically explain that. And how would we know? Like, you know, where to
True.
go if it's like in across the fucking country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it showed up in West Texas this year. Time to get
Time
on
to
a plane.
go to West Texas.
I don't know why I looked at my wrist like I had a watch that told me where.
Where West
Where
Texas.
It's your smartwatch.
Oh,
You get a notification every time somewhere.
Lindworm time.
Lindworm time.
West Texas.
West Texas Lindworm
Second
time.
weekend of July.
God.
That's your alarm, Lindworm time.
I like how we play a summer camp horror game every October.
Yeah.
Okay, so no one
You
knows
gave me
anyone
the
that's
chips.
been there. Does it have a pristine record?
Oh,
Oh.
I don't know.
Is this something that we have heretofore?
Well, I feel like
It's too late.
I forgot.
how loud it is.
I forgot. Sorry.
A pristine record.
Like public record.
So I feel like if it's one of those situations where like nobody knows a person who's been there,
It would probably be pretty clean then.
it would be very clean.
Yeah.
I think that people kind of forget besides like the counselors who don't really speak of the horrors. It's one of those things where like you leave the grounds and it sort of fades out in your brain.
Okay, okay.
Type of situations, like all the weird shit.
Oh yeah,
Sort of like
I guess
zoops out.
maybe I went to that camp once when I was a kid. I heard
Yeah.
good things about it, but I don't remember from who.
Yeah.
I was so young then.
Or maybe people have like, no one thinks they've been here, but they have like, if they think about it too hard, they start, like are able to vividly recall like places at the camp.
We did that last year with us. That if you
Because
weren't
it was like,
there,
but wasn't that
then it was
building
like,
over
oh
there?
shit, I was a camper here.
Yeah. Where we got there and we were like, oh, hold on. Yeah.
Yeah, like we knew ourselves as staff, but then we didn't remember that we had also been campers.
Yeah, yeah.
So if we do that, let's make it a little more different.
I'm trying to think.
Or maybe the reputation is like obviously pristine, but like so pristine it's almost unnerving. Mm-hmm. Like how can not one person who's ever been to this camp supposedly ever not had a bad experience?
Right, especially considering kids die periodically. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
but
it's gotta have
nobody
some
ever
kind
hears
of-
about that.
Yeah, it's gotta have some kind of like memory
there's-
adjustment
Or
for kids.
Yeah.
At
Lindworm
least.
PR team
Lindworm PR team.
rolls up. It's like when
That's
I thought you
us
would chat.
secretly. Secretly we are the PR team. God, we're the PR team. You can make a new game.
Okay. Have we all finished our characters? Because we still need to
Think so.
go over all of those.
Is this like when you're actually at the camp? Is it like rustic? Is it really modern?
I
We
think
did a really rustic one last time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we should do a modern one this time.
Yeah. Updated
Okay.
facilities.
Like it's so clean and modern. It's just like all uncanny.
It's weird that like we as adults went here as kids. Like
How is it
and
always?
we all kind of remember it as being like it is now.
And
But it's
I
very
like that.
modern, you know?
yeah, and like it's weird how modern it is that nobody from the town actually goes there.
Right.
And like You know how when you have a camp, like if this is a long-term camp, what if like the facilities are just like always clean?
Yeah, that would be very strange. I like that. I love I think that it would be really fun to dive into sort of the more uncanny like vibes for this one, because we weren't super uncanny about it last time.
No.
No.
We were very like
Monster in the woods.
monster in the woods. Yeah.
This is obviously a natural monster that's part of this ecosystem.
Yeah.
Let's build it in.
Yeah, we didn't really do the uncanny, which means if we do slightly more uncanny stuff, we can play with the strangeness more than we did last time,
Yeah.
which will be fun, because the strangeness is crazy.
Well, and if the facilities are always clean, I remember explosions, I remember blood, I remember dead bodies. Imagine you leave a scene for like 15 minutes, you come back, it's clean.
Yeah. Spooky. I love that. I love it. I think that's really fun.
You're really fun.
Who wants to start? Characters. We'll get to the rest of the camp stuff in a second.
Yeah.
Once we go over
We're all
characters,
very
we'll-
excited to build the camp and like get right into it.
I'm seeing bring on the Blutz and Gore. Blutz.
The blood.
And the only line I'm seeing is also violence toward cats.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
We
just
just
not
won't do
okay.
We won't do it.
Mine is eye stuff.
Yeah, I think that's a majority of us know eye
Well,
stuff.
if we're going to go with uncanny, then I'm going to keep the look with animal eyes. For
Okay.
for how
a
modern
line?
everything is, yeah, I'm gonna, like, you know when you look at a wild animal's eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna do for my character.
Oh, for the okay,
Yeah, I like that.
I'm gonna do a tense body with animal eyes.
Neat. Love that. And then I know that there's because we have to ask questions of each other also for character stuff. Do you have like the look character description for us, or are you
I
still
just got
working
this
on it?
far.
Okay.
And I just picked my circles still.
No, that's fine. What about you, Erica? Figure we'll just start where we start. Whoa.
For- Bertha has explosive blue eyes.
Ooh.
She is an absolute mass of a woman.
Nice.
Just like huge.
I'm
With
picturing Sakura from Danganronpa.
just a massive woman.
These are the vibes.
With really pretty, like for some reason, even like for an athlete, like always neat, perfect brown hair, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
very long. It's just
Is it like athletic ponytail vibes?
Yeah,
Like always sort of pulled up into a high ponytail, and that's the only way you ever see her is just like
yeah.
Or a braid.
or braid.
Yeah, no, it's pulled up. But it always looks pristine, like she's never done any athletic things, but she's
Never
always
takes
but
it
you
out.
always see her doing athletic things, but it's just like
The hair never moves.
the hair just for whatever reason is always perfect.
Nice.
Sports are cool. She really likes sports.
What's her favorite sport?
Now I have to think of a sports ball. She likes boxing.
Okay.
Boxing is really cool. It's really fun. That's actually her contraband weapon though, is some brass knuckles.
Nice.
She is a loud brunette.
Very brash.
Yeah, very brash, very excited all the time. Like energy level like right up here.
So you're going exactly the opposite way of the character. you
Yeah,
had last
exactly. I'm trying. Yeah, Sunshine was like high as balls, constantly spoke really slow,
Yeah.
like it was really funny. Everybody who interacted with me got so many tokens. Cause it was
It was so good. It's like anytime your friends just accept your weirdness and sometimes be like, yeah, man, I was up last night talking to the sparrows and they said that maybe we should do some beating today for some of the bads for
And
the
the rest
kids,
of us are
you
like,
know?
sure, Sunshine, let's do beating.
well one
And
of
you were
the
like, token for you.
yeah, one of the lures for her was like it was either that or a reaction of what the fuck, Sunshine.
Yeah.
I gave tokens.
I think it was if we accepted it. Like if we just
That was your lure, was if we just accepted like you being
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
That was your lure.
It was really funny.
Yeah, it was wild.
it was. I have to check my
Pretty sure I drugged some campers to get them to calm the fuck down when
We did.
Definitely did.
We did. They, to be fair, they woke up covered in bloody skins in the woods.
Yeah.
So they
Some-
deserved some weed.
Sometimes you drug the children and they go to sleep.
Yep.
That's sometimes what you have to do.
Questions. Do you know who you're gonna ask of yet, or do we want to do that after we've described
Oh.
everybody?
No.
Because we
hold on.
can wait if you
I forgot about that part. Let's go through everybody
Okay.
first.
What about you? Do you have yours all set?
Yes. So, like I said, I am playing Joe, the lifeguard. I went with the watery eyes and lithe body. They are very androgynous. They have a clean-shaven head.
Does it shine?
Is it like bald or is it just shorn very, very close?
It's bald.
Okay.
Like razor.
none hair. Got it.
Their eyes, are the same color as the lake,
Ooh,
and they are very lithe and tan.
live and tan. What color is the lake? Is it like? Is it
I don't know, lake color.
Well,
Like a green?
me growing up in fucking Traverse City, Green Lake was very dark, and then Torch Lake is like
Swing
Like
a postcard.
this color.
Like a postcard.
Yeah,
blue.
I've seen.
I'm used to like
a very deep dark lake.
Like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Very vegetatively.
Yes.
Got it. Aquadynamic. Very true. Very
And
aquadynamic.
my gender is eagle.
Nice. Okay.
Your gender is what?
Eagle.
Eagle.
Oh, what did you pick again?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm a giant, massive.
No.
It says tank body,
Tank body.
Okay, tank body.
but I'm built like a shit brick house.
What was your gender?
Yeah. That's
Oh,
a-
yeah, gender. It was sports dyke.
Sports dyke. Okay. You're good. Do you like tennis also?
Tennis is awesome.
Okay, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a voice right now that I'm gonna do for her.
Oh man. And Joe is an eagle. We'll see what that ends up meaning.
Delightful.
It means from the side he looks super confident and super powerful, but then you look at him from the front and he's like,
Like a harpy eagle?
yeah.
Specifically a harpy eagle, because those are the ones that look real stupid from the front.
Oh no, they look scared from the front.
They're just
I'm constantly worried.
I figured out my look the rest of the way.
go.
So Oakley has dark eyes and moves very warily, so tends to move very quietly as
Okay.
part of their general vibe. They have a huge fluffy ponytail.
Nice.
And they tend to dress in like kind of softish browns. If it wasn't meant to be for climbing, it would almost look kind of professorial.
Okay, yeah.
So like he's a little bit overdressed for this camp, but like in a way that still is functioning.
Right.
A lot of creams, tans, browns, like
Forest colors.
yeah, it's
Oh, I forgot about clothes.
pretty clear that he's not part of the modern part of the camp.
Yes.
He seems a little bit anachronistic. And as such, I would like my gender to be a rusted sword.
Love it. And I forgot to go over actual pronouns as well. Oakley, he, they, he.
Sure. It doesn't really matter.
I put they/he/shrug.
Yeah. I don't think it would really matter. I don't think that Oakley's the type that would correct any camper whatever they used.
Right. She, her, I assume? They, them?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect.
Weren't Crazy Jake's pronouns, Crazy Jake.
Yeah.
We just referred to him in the third person.
Yeah.
That way.
Okay. So the vibes for Luca, short for Gianluca, Italian, very Italian, fairly tall, pronounce he him, long, very fluffy curly hair, and I say long, I probably mean like here.
Okay.
Unless you straightened it.
Yeah. Not like super tight ringlet curls, but very curly. Fairly tall. Has the type of human body that probably like eats well, works out, but not to be strong necessarily, just like cares about being healthy, I guess, and that's his way of doing it, is eating good.
Going to hot yoga twice a week.
Yes, yep. And there's a vibe for those who know him that he is probably just really into also having routines. And so the healthy
It is now
food,
physical activity time. It is now food time.
yes, likes routines. Yes. I set the eyes as listening eyes. I think they are very like a soft brown, like almost gold. Yeah. And very like sort of like a puppy's eyes, like sort of wide all the time, sweet looking eyes. They look like caramel. And the body of someone who wants to love being alive is the description that I chose for the body. My gender is a vast and caring body of water.
Ooh.
Just fun.
That's very opposite of what the lake was like last time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lake was scary last time. I wonder how you're gonna make the lake this time. I made the lake last time and I made it scary.
It was so scary.
I don't think we went in the lake once last time because we were so scared.
We were
of it.
like, you know what? That lake is too much.
Something's wrong with that lake.
We're gonna leave the lake alone.
Like, not even whoever was playing the lifeguard last time wanted to get in the water.
Yep, we were like,
I'm the one who made the lake scary.
I know what's in there.
I had control of it and I was like, this lake's gonna be fucked up.
Yeah, we threw cursed jade idols.
Yeah,
there.
we sure did. We were like, you know what? Bye.
Didn't you come out of the lake after you died?
I did. As
And
like
then
a new
just-
person.
Yeah, and then you were just like, I'm here, guys.
Hello.
And we were like, oh,
okay.
we're a
can't
little
remember.
afraid of you.
I played a strangeness character, but I was the same person, just weird. Weird now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun. Oh yeah, that as a dynamic, because I don't think we're gonna cover it in the reading over the rules and stuff. If one of us dies, we can choose to come back as a strangeness character, which is like a weirdo version, or a whole brand new character that is also strange. But I think last time when I died, I came back as a strangeness version of my character. It was very fun. Okay. So that's Luca. We have questions for each other. Have y'all figured out your questions?
Do you know how your things first helped you? Or like your one after gender? Like your little background information almost, like?
Oh yeah. Choose why the campers listen. And mine was you pay attention to the quiet ones. And then choose your favorite activity, sand castles by the lake. And choose why you almost left. And mine was you fell in love with someone who offered to take you to the city.
So mine are vastly different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is choose your childhood fear.
Yep.
Mine is being excluded. Choose an outside relationship. An old house you think of as home. Choose what keeps you working here. You've forgotten why, but want to remember.
Oh, those are fun. I love that.
Childhood fear is a doll that can control me.
Ooh.
Reasonable.
My contraband weapon, like I mentioned before, are brass knuckles. They have my name carved into them, and the brass knuckles were given to me by a mentor,
Ooh.
by my boxing mentor.
Nice. Like a professional boxer on
Yeah.
the outside?
Yeah.
Or a striving to be a professional boxer?
A washed up professional class.
Can you be washed up when you're as young as we probably are?
Alright.
Oh,
Yes.
Talking about the mentor.
Oh, God.
I think that is it for mine.
I can't remember what I started going upstairs for.
Will you grab me a Coke?
You don't want a Pepsi?
I do want a Pepsi. I forgot that I have Pepsi.
Sorry, I'm kind of building this really quick. For mine, it is choose how the woods first helped. I think for Oakley, running from a bully makes sense because he's got that kind of wary wild animal thing going on. Choose the woods' impact. It reveals spoken lies with bird song. I think could be an interesting feature of this camp.
Wacky, love it.
Choose why you still have friends.
Oh, God.
And I wanted to pick something different than what you picked last year, but I don't remember what you picked. You're funny, you give good advice, you listen, you're there for people when it matters, or you know people better than they know themselves.
I think mine was the last one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm fairly sure it was the last one.
I'm going to go with you listen because I like the idea of a feral, anachronistic ropes man just like looking at you with his wild animal eyes.
That sort of way that like almost compels you to like
Talk.
talk
Uh-huh.
because because of that attention. Yep. I get that.
Yeah, you know when he's paying attention to you.
All
He,
right.
they,
They question mark.
whatever.
Okay.
You get all of
He,
it
they,
from behind
gremlin.
with a ponytail like that.
Yeah. Come on, pal. Okay, so we have questions. To ask each other.
I feel like I should start a theme.
Yeah.
So last time you had lifeguard and you said, "Are you still in love with me?" to my character, and I feel like I need to return the favor and it just
okay.
start being a thing. Like every time we play Sleepaway.
Where we have been in a relationship or been in love and something.
What if we just do that to Vox's character this time?
Your hot bald boyfriend.
You know?
Or they, them.
They friend.
My hot bald they friend.
They friend.
Is that your question to me then?
Yes.
Or have you decided?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So are you still in love with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god, I forgot your character's name already.
Thanks!
Some they thems. They boyfriend thems. Sir Bagel.
Forgot your name.
Bald is beautiful.
After I just
That is
told you I
my
was still in love with you.
expression.
Thanks. Thanks. Wow. I feel so loved
Are you
right
still
now.
in love with me? Yeah.
Are you?
Have you met me before? Who are you?
What's your name again? Jesus Christ.
You know what? For that, why did I stop loving you?
What the fuck?
I'm gonna be that gazelle gif right now.
I did things that were just like very mildly annoying, but I did so many of them that you just couldn't deal with it anymore.
It was, to use the lake metaphor, the tide ceaselessly.
Yes.
Okay. No. Just no.
Like the way I chew bothered you.
So something happened that things get to that point. You don't just dislike how your partner chews usually.
The chewing was the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah.
It sounds like you might just make a lot of sound existing. Like, maybe you're somebody that just sighs or grunts or, like, repositions a lot.
Oh, I get into bed wet.
God!
Get into bed wet,
Evil.
you chew loud, you, like...
Or I do things that are like, most people, like, it bothers them, but it doesn't bother me at all. Like, walking around in wet socks, I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's a thing.
Oh yeah, you don't towel off after the shower.
Yeah.
You just get dressed wet.
Yeah. Just a lot of unhinged things.
I get into the bed wet.
I can't even leave the actual tub wet. Like, after a shower, I towel off while I'm standing in the shower still.
Yeah.
Like, the water is off, but I am toweling. And when I step out of the shower, I don't even like to touch, like, the tile with wet feet.
I like
strange.
towel off, but then, like, there is going to be more drip.
There's just going to be drip. Oh, did you need my lure?
Yeah. I was in the process of writing out my character stuff when we were going over lures. So I didn't get a chance to write everything down.
Do you cough once every hour?
On the hour.
God! Just one quick...
I had an ex like that.
Shane does that. Makes me fucking insane. I love him so dearly, but oh my god.
It was that, but also everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else needs to ask a question?
I think Erica and I both still do.
Yeah, because you and I are both like,
Just
Okay,
misspelled my own name.
Oakley.
Huh?
How did you perceive me when you saw me at my most vulnerable?
I feel like my perception of you would have been, you know, when you think, like, there's a storm coming and a tree cracks and falls and you don't think it would have happened to that tree. It was like watching an immovable thing crumble.
Okay.
It was very jarring.
Okay.
Or if you just woke up and the sun wasn't there that morning. Like, it was not okay.
Can you get your lure?
Oh, my lure, if you come to my woods to escape a problem, bring me a berry. I will
Bring
give
me
you
a
a token.
berry and I will give you a token. My berries.
I don't go to the woods, they freak me out. I like things that go deep, I don't like things that go tall.
The temptation to ask you a follow-up question.
Bertha, what can't we resolve within our friendship?
The crunching.
Crunching.
That
What
starts
can't
at
we
10:47.
resolve in our friendship?
Yeah.
You're not. I'm not allowed to bring weapons to the camp, but I always do. We can never resolve that.
just can't resolve that problem with authority, you know?
Yeah.
Birdie shows up with like a fucking switchblade one year. Lucas is like,
like,
stop!
Stop it!
It's gotten to the point that Luca just waits for when Birdie shows up. And he's like, turn out your bag. Now your
see
coat.
Let me see it.
Take it off. It's in your pant leg, isn't it? Get it out of there.
Get it out of there. I know you got something. Give it to me.
But maybe somehow every year that I bring something that is super banned, it somehow comes in handy, and you're just like, I guess.
Or every year they think they got everything. There's
I always
something.
miss something.
They always miss something,
It's
so
those-
they spend the whole time suspicious of you.
It's those scenes where like I'm imagining specifically the Pirates of the Caribbean scene where like just pulling out weapon after weapon after weapon after weapon like on the table, and she still somehow manages to like sneak in a fucking like a little knife or something in the sole
Yeah.
of her boot or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
Like that's the situation.
That
Or
was
Birdie shows up before Luca one year, and Luca just like gets her and goes, no!
And Luca has to go through the entire camp from
Yes.
top to bottom trying to figure out if anything is stashed anywhere. Because the kids are gonna be there, and my god, what if they brought a flare gun? The kid could die.
Yes. It's all in service of the fact that, like, not that I think that you will hurt the children, but I am terrified that they will get a hold of one of the
Yep.
weapons and hurt themselves or each other. Like,
Yep.
that is it is the greatest fear of
Yeah.
mine. It is a terror. Okay, who's next? We each have to do 2, I think.
Yes.
We've done one each so far, I think.
Well, I feel like this one... Okay, I understand my relationship with you. I understand my relationship with you, kind of. What happened that made you seek refuge in my woods?
I think that one year, a camper was seriously hurt. Probably not by the lindworm. In like a normal, like, child
Kids.
fell out of a fucking tree or something. Who knows?
Yeah.
But like got hurt bad enough that they had to leave the camp and like go to a hospital, right? And I was absolutely out of my fucking mind about it. Like, had a full-scale fucking breakdown and went to the woods. Because
To
that's...
have the deer man staring.
yes, yes. It was the only place that I could think to go that wouldn't... Because I physically couldn't handle then having the responsibility of all of the other children, because looking at them made me afraid.
Well, and it would have been something that it's just gonna happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Where's your leash?
I think it's upstairs still.
Come on.
Okay, so Camper was seriously injured. Breaking point
Yes.
is how I would probably register that.
Like,
I'm more curious to know what happened to you, too. But I think that we can organically get to that with the question that you gave me. People just come to the woods to break sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes.
It's a great place to break.
It's
Oh crap!
I had to simply go.
There it is. There's the other questions.
Or are we wait until...
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till they get back because it's. I might. One of my questions might. My other question might be for them.
Well, it is 5 to 9. Would we like to take our break now? I know that sometimes we take it...
A little early.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I mean, since that's happening upstairs, it might be a good sort of pause point
Okay.
real quick, just so we can get this out of the way.
So we are going to
Take a quick little bio break.
be back in about 10 minutes to continue figuring out our characters with one another In the meantime, here is our Be Right Back.
See you soon.
I don't know what else to do.
Tired of the road, tired of the sun. Miss my missus and her home cooked buns. Our backs are bent, our feet are sore. We're traveling along on the barren moor. But that's alright, that's okay. 'Cause we'll drink ale anyway. Nightwood grows heavy, stout grows trim. Harefoot gets hairy. Raise your flagons and fill 'em to the brim. That's alright and that's okay, 'cause we're all halflings anyway. This brew, that song, we dance together all night long. Dragon so dark, dark as night, failed to fly from the arrow's bite, fell from above on the tailor's house. Hey everybody, get your dragon suit and blouse! This brew, that song, we dance together all night long. Tired of the road, tired of the sun, miss my missus and her home cooked buns. Our backs are bent, our feet are sore, we're traveling long on the barren moor. But that's alright, that's okay, we'll drink ale anyway.
All the warmth and comforts that I miss upon the sea, the rest do look so paltry small when I compare to thee. Oh, Molly's bright, the best girls in the land. To your every need, there's no place that I'd rather be. Short on stature, laid out drink, as orphans parched and dry, then run you ragged through the night, all head and eyes for your delight. Oh, Molly's bright, no other I can stand. I travel far and wide the sea, there's no place that I'd rather be. Adored and so at home you'll feel when you're at Molly's dive. Till money's spent, I'd not frequent another tavern of the night. Oh, Molly's bright, they'll take you by the hand. All of those who have been tales recording on Molly's bright. And gals from distant lands, exotic, dark and fine. Just take your pick and enter in. The worries vanish in no time. Oh, Molly's bright, the most exalted band. And it's time to life from girls, just come and give the bright a try. To your every taste, be orc or elf or forfeit high. For a price they'll bring their friends and you'll be envied far and wide. Oh, Molly's bright, the best girls in the land. To your every need, there's no place that I'd rather be. Jump into a kraken's jaws or pluck out a beholder's eye. I'd do most anything I can to be with the sweet Molly's bride. Oh, Molly's bright, no other I can stand. give a sigh, for I will miss a tumbling with lovely Molly's rides. Time in bed had been well spent, I'll fondly keep in mind the lovely face and other parts of fair sweet Molly's bride. Oh, Molly's bride, best girl in the land. To your everything, there's no place that I'd rather be. Oh, Molly's bride, no other I can stand. Far and wide the sea, there's no place that I'd rather be.
Sing with me, yeah. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy, but before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jacko wine. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy, but before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jacko wine.
In spite of the seven seas, sailing with the Jolly Roger boat is what we see. Aboard the vessel and get the copper, raise your kettles and have a fire. You blunder to fill 'em with plum.
We are buccaneers.
Now let's celebrate with rum.
Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy, but before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jacko wine.
Once I was in the bridge, sailing through peaceful waters, quite 3 ships to the wind, when suddenly appears the Kraken.
Blow me down.
Must be the work of Davy Jones. Bring a spring upon her, for the love of Neptune, hey behold.
Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy, but before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jacko wine.
All hands above, get the chest to the boat. Swim it to Scotland and get to the shore.
And hold me earnings.
Don't leave a piece of egg. Let's get to the coast where the fiddlers swing away. Finally got to the sun while the ship sinks in the water.
Son of a biscuit eater.
I really need a clap of thunder. We'll see each other again. You monster, I beat you up. Now let's find a place to drink and crack the gin stick
Yo
up.
ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy, but before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jacko wine. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy, but before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jacko wine. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy, but before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jacko wine. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy, but before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jacko wine. Sing with me, yeah. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you about boy, but before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Jacko wine. Yo ho, matey ho, I tell you
what we see. Aboard the vessel and get a copper, raise your kettles and have a fire. You blunder to fill 'em with plum. Now let's celebrate with rum.
Yo-ho, matey-ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Janko wine.
Once I was in the bridge, sailing through peaceful waters, quite 3 ships to the wind, when suddenly appears the Kraken.
Blow me down.
Must be the work of Davy Jones. Bring a spring up on her, for the love of Neptune, hey behold.
Yo-ho, matey-ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Janko wine.
All hands above, get the chest to the boats. We need to scuttle and get to the shore.
And hold me earnest.
Don't leave a piece of egg. Let's get to the coast where the fiddlers bring away. Finally got to the sun while the ship sinks in the water.
Son of a biscuit eater.
I really need a clap of thunder. We'll see each other again. You monster, I'll beat you up. Now let's find a place to drink and crack the gin stick up.
Oh, matey-ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Janko wine. Oh, matey-ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Janko wine. Yo-ho, matey-ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Janko wine. Yo-ho, matey-ho, I tell you about boy. But before we hit the high tide, pour me another black Janko wine.
More ways we can do that.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
Oh, there's a little piece over here. I'll just have this piece.
Okay, you sure you don't want to have?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to hold.
I do.
Actually, I'll split that with you.
Okay.
High brain just kicked in more.
Yeah.
And I'm trying not to do the same thing that I did the last few, couple weeks ago.
You ate so much you got sick.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sorry, I gotta do something important quick.
Oh. I've had the evil tummy the last couple days. Evil belly. Hey, what's
No,
wrong?
you saw her first inflatable lawn ornament
Oh.
last night.
Oh boy.
And she really wanted to know what it was, but she was really afraid of it. So she was like, her belly was on the ground, low riding her way.
To investigate.
And when you see a dog that big, that low to the ground, I about peed myself.
Looks very silly.
Okay. I ate the rest of my soup, so I'm going
Hey,
to.
watch it.
How bad?
Yeah, dummy. I was hanging from the ceiling.
Otherwise, I'd just sit on it and pull it down.
Okay. Which question?
So I was thinking.
I've asked mine too.
You've asked your two.
I'm the
I've
only
asked
one that
one.
has asked both.
Okay. I just remember, I think you said that the question was maybe for, or that your question you were thinking about
Yeah.
was probably for Joe.
Joe. Joe, why do I feel okay opening up to you?
You know that you and Joe aren't gonna sleep together.
we're athlete buddies. Like you're like big and beefy, but I'm like
On the
the
same
strong,
page.
lithe.
Yeah. Athlete buddies. Smiley face.
You guys go do jock things together.
Except swimming.
I sink
Because
like
large
a
muscle
rock.
people do not swim well.
No, I sink like a rock. She appreciates the sport. She appreciates and does like swimming, but it is not for her.
It was really funny when I was in boot camp. We had this guy. He was just this absolutely massive. He was like 250 pounds, but he was only like 5'6". He was just fucking shredded. He could not swim at all. Then this tall, fat dude just jumped in. He was like, "Yep, I'm winning." He just floated across the pool. And one of the instructors was like, "Yeah, fat people will outswim you every day of the week."
It's easier.
He was like, when you could just float, like,
Yeah.
it's so easy to swim. Because you're not focusing on keeping yourself above the water. You can focus on just locomotion.
Just simply moving. That's funny.
My buoyancy point in the water is quite high.
Mine is not.
No.
No, yours is about 4.5 inches under the water, which is enough to drown.
Yeah, sure fucking is. It's
very-
really funny how much I love the water, but I can't swim worth a damn.
Oh.
I love the water.
I am a very good swimmer. I grew up on the water.
Yep, 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 yep.
So did I.
My grandparents owned a lake.
I am not a good swimmer. I have a very hard time treading water. And dark open water freaks me out.
I also don't like natural bodies of water in particular, but
Like, I'm okay if I have like a tube or something I can like rest myself on. I'm okay.
It totally
the
depends
texture
on
of
my
water.
anxiety level.
yeah.
Because I have a phobia of large things submerged in water.
Yeah.
So like sometimes those nice overgrown ones are great because it's grass. Yeah, I can see everything. But then like you get into this nice clear body of water and you roll over and you look and there's like this gnarled tree just
you're
jutting
like,
up and
"Hate
I'm
that."
like, great, yeah, I could get my leg caught in that and look at the sun while I drowned.
Jesus Christ.
Like
Quite dark.
I also don't like things brushing against me in the water. Like seaweed. Nah.
seaweed hit or miss. If I can really very quickly be like, oh, it's that like the brushy
Quickly
one.
identify.
The brushy one's fine, the slappy one's not.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, the seaweed is going to wrap around my ankles and I'm going to drown. Like, that's where my mind has always gone as a kid, is like seaweed will just come alive with vengeance.
Reasonable.
Because kid me.
Well, it's like how we all thought quicksand was going to be a much bigger problem.
Much bigger problem, yes.
Much more common of an issue.
You are just.
So
You're
I
just gonna
see
turn me, baby.
questions from
Yep.
you two.
Yep.
Oh,
Jesus.
I
There you go.
You okay over there?
Yeah. She was just leaning on me and it was just
You
turning me
asked
forever.
Fox, you asked me.
Itchy.
So I will ask Oakley. When's the last time we fought?
Every day.
Every single
Why
day.
do you ask?
God.
Because it sounds like at this point it has gotten that I just detest your presence.
God.
If I stopped loving you because your existence annoyed me to that point, we fight every day.
most of the time you probably egg it on.
It has become a game.
We're all going to like the cafeteria.
Follow-up question: why were you banned from entering my woods?
God. Because you exist in the way that you do.
Do we want to ask all three?
We could, if we wanted to.
Okay. Just a thought. I know that we're not there yet.
And then we don't, it says ask 2 total, but we can ask all 3. I do love all my questions. I think they're very interesting.
I know when you had this character last time, you had a hard time picking 2 of the 3.
I did. I'm
And
having
then
a
it
hard time
lets
picking the
each
2
of us
also.
ask.
I still have one. I have 2 more now.
I
To
asked
ask.
Liv. I asked Micah. Okay.
Actually, Joe, how do we get each other in a way that other people don't?
Oh, god damn it. Why do you ask me the deep one?
'Cause I'm in love with you.
Still.
Apparently.
What was the question?
How do we get each other in a way that other people don't?
That's a tough one to answer.
Maybe your gender can help you with this. What would an eagle do?
Stare.
Scream.
Scream. Do we both... Wait, hold on.
Do you guys go to break rooms together? Like the ones that you just break shit?
Just shatter stuff.
Maybe that's why we're banned from your woods.
Well, I'm gonna be asking her that. Because that's the other person I haven't asked.
Oh, I haven't. Okay.
I want to make sure I ask each of you a question.
Yeah. My last question is actually gonna be for Vox.
That question sucks.
Do you have a similar worldview, maybe? Like, are you both, at the end of the day, here for the kids?
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
We're both here to support the kids. You actively and me passively by making sure they don't drown.
Okay.
You both feel like you take care of the kids more than everybody else, maybe? Mm-hmm. Because, like, they do the ropes course maybe once during their stay. I get, like, 6 of them a day, maybe.
Yeah.
You guys are, like, actively doing that. And then for, their
And yours
exercise.
is more based on, like, fun.
Yeah, they play with the kids, and we have to watch them.
Yeah, we have to be very, like, actively keeping an eye on them, keeping them safe, doing the thing.
And we're keeping them entertained.
So they don't break things to worry you.
Division of labor, folks.
Cool. Okay. Next.
Why did you do
I hit
that?
my knuckle also on accident. I meant to just slap my thing, but I clunked my knuckle too.
Vox.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Luca. Do I take care of you, and do you want me to?
There are, like, sad and funny responses to that.
Yeah.
Right?
Because, like, you could do, no, you don't, but I want you to. Or you could do, yes, you do, and please stop.
Yeah.
Or there's yes, yes.
Yeah.
Or no, I actually don't want.
Actually, I think, man, that's a tough one.
Erase this from.
I could see it being a yes and yes, you do, you attempt to take care of me. For what reason, I'm not sure. But yes. And then for the second part, I think the answer is no, but not for the reason that you might think. I think that he is sort of horrified of vulnerability. He does not like being, like, he prefers to be in control of things, so the help being given without him actively asking for it freaks
Like,
him out.
hell, hey, I brought you coffee, and it's
He's
like,
it makes him a little bit feral. Yeah, he has very strange reactions to like very normal human like friend interactions.
Hey, I brought you coffee. Well, now you just ruined that 15 minutes of my day.
hey, did you want anything from the bakery? What are you trying to say?
Are you? Do I look like I need something from the bakery?
Or are you saying I shouldn't?
Stresses him out. He doesn't
Immediate
understand why.
overthinking.
Like, yeah. Oh, immediate. It's the overthinking. He works himself up in his brain. He doesn't know how to like interact with a person normally or accept. You know.
Maybe that's why we get along so well. We don't interact normally.
We're all bad at interacting.
Yeah.
This time, I think.
We're that pair that just
But you were
sits-
like really good at
We're
it.
just that pair that sits in a room ignoring each other, doing our own thing constantly.
Yeah. Yep.
I might be there. You wouldn't really know.
Question
If
mark.
I was, I probably am reading, but also could be just as likely somewhere else.
Yes.
Or I'm right behind you right now and you didn't notice until 5 seconds later.
And then it's, hey,
You just jump out of my skin. Hi, Nami.
I never know
I
what
was
to...
wondering, I heard they were going to do blueberry pancakes for breakfast. Do you think that I might be able to get mine with the blueberries on the side?
I love this voice and cadence. Horrifying in a delightful way. You're like, oh, you're already approaching a strangeness character. It's
Why
really good.
is one of your contraband weapons explosives? What the fuck?
Why are you banned from my woods, Birdie?
Because one year I brought explosives into your forest. It was for a special training. I needed to learn how to dodge.
See, I
Did you
think...
guys have Roman candle wars in the woods?
I did not participate.
No, I don't want to go in the woods. They scare me.
Is it actually explosives, or...
That's just one of the options.
I mean, one of the options is a chainsaw.
Yeah.
No,
The
I like
options are all
the I
crazy.
like the explosives. I'm keeping the explosives. It was funny.
Are you swapping them for the brass knuckles?
No, I have the brass knuckles. I said one year I brought explosives.
Isn't that how Jake got banned from your woods?
Explosives?
No, I was banned from your woods.
Yeah. I don't remember why, though.
Yeah, one year I brought explosives into the woods.
I think it was probably fireworks, and your goal was
Yeah.
to like set them off while they were doing like nighttime songs at the
Yeah, to try
campfire.
and like have fun and oops.
And it went poorly.
It went really bad.
Yep. That's what I think happened.
You're not allowed in the woods without a chaperone.
Look at nearly had a breakdown about it. Yeah. That's yep. Saw the fireworks go off, said, "Oh my god, the forest is going to set on fire," and was horrified. And then realized that he had not checked like one specific spot in your stuff, and was like, "It's my fault." Yep. That's what happened.
And Oakley's just like, oh, that is a small brush fire. We should
Oh,
do
no.
something about that immediately.
So, my one note for you is fighting constantly because I'm irritating.
I know you don't do it on purpose, but please, at least let me enjoy my breakfast alone.
Sits down on the bench next to you completely soaked. No towel.
God.
Like,
Maybe I'm just always wet. Maybe that's the problem.
You're just constantly damp.
The evil moisture buddy.
Evil moisture buddy. I want that on
That's
a
my
shirt.
gender.
Well, that
That's
was
your gender, evil moisture buddy.
yeah, that was from Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. Moist.
Oh yeah.
Dr.
word
Horrible's
moist.
best friend. Moist, his evil moisture buddy. He
All
was
right.
just always damp.
Always
My
damp.
last question is for Birdie.
Yeah.
How did I save you from metaphorically drowning?
Probably a bit of self-loathing after the fireworks and the woods incident. And that I failed the fireworks show for the kiddos.
We don't talk about it.
Oh. This brownie's very yummy.
It really is.
When I stopped at Kroger this morning, I got myself one of the little cosmic brownies.
I
Fucking love
cosmic
those
brownies.
things.
They are plastic food, but
Yeah.
I love them so much.
Yep, you may as well eat Play-Doh.
Yep, but they're so good.
Dude, was that all questions?
Yep.
Okay.
I technically have one left, but I don't think that I want to ask it actually.
Oh.
Because I don't know who I would ask it of. You're the only one I haven't asked a question to, but my last question is like, I don't think we fight. My last question is, why do we keep fighting? But I don't think we fight.
Because you're anxious and I'm weird.
Yeah, I think
It's not like our awkward that meshes. That's awkward that opposes.
it's not even like,
It's not actually a fight.
no.
We just unsettle each other a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm already tense about the situation and then you react in ways that don't make sense.
And then, like, from my perspective, you also don't react in ways that make sense to me. So we're like, we have a hard time communicating clearly to each other.
It's not fighting, it's a communication barrier.
Okay, we'll say that. And I feel like we are not fighting, even if I am shouting. It's more just like, duh!
It's like,
It's like an exclamation
it's
sudden.
like Aldwin's yelling.
Yeah.
I'm not actually mad.
And I don't even think that it's actual, like, words that come out of Luca's mouth.
Mel
It's just an
says,
exclamation.
Mel says zebra cakes for life.
And then, like, Luca can't even be mad because Oakley's just gonna listen to him and wait.
Yeah. It's never like,
Like, he doesn't really react immediately to anything. It's like, oh, are you finished?
and Luca hates yelling at Oakley because Oakley is anxious and like looks like he's about to bolt at any moment. So Luca doesn't like to shout, and so he just has to like.
Okay. I like this.
Okay.
You annoy me, we don't understand each other. We good, as long as you good. Except
Except you can't come into the woods.
yeah, sorry about that.
Totally
You did set it on
understandable.
fire that one time. Okay, hold on.
I may be the one that's been at the camp the longest now. This feels like sunshine to a degree.
I think that was the ropes course person last time. I think he basically grew up in the camp.
Yeah, and he didn't leave. Like
Yeah.
he lived.
Is that a house rule? The ropes person just comes with the camp.
Well, with Sunshine, she thought she always left, but she never did.
Oh, that's right. You were like secretly.
Going into hibernation or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like a weird one last time.
You're
Yeah.
a vampire.
I remember that.
I was the witch's daughter.
Yeah,
That's
she would just like
right.
exist in stasis for a while, and then she'd be like, "Oh man, camp time."
Yeah.
Cool.
It's like a warforged just waking up.
It's a warframe, but it's for summer camp. Okay.
Moo-boo, can I steal your charger?
Yeah, I'm up to 50%.
I'm at 10.
This one, I think, may be dying.
Already?
Oh, this is not.
Oh, is
the
that
new
one of the Asus ones?
Yeah. Sure is.
Actually, plug into even when you're not actively dying.
Powered table, so good.
That was a great
Hey,
idea.
hey,
Is the
Was she being nosy?
link plugged in between the tables? Between the tables.
Between the tables. Yes. Oh, you might want to move that stool
There we go.
before you get a visitor
A visitor.
to go.
Sorry, kid.
Slorp.
Slorp.
And you've had a very decadent and action-packed day.
Okay.
When you add an extra 120
shit.
minutes to your 20-minute walk.
Well, I won't be plugging in actually. This
Oh,
is
or
the
the-
wrong cord.
Oh, do you... Oh, well, Liv has. Is it USB-C?
Yeah. Oh, this one is
Can
not.
yours
It's the
wireless
trick.
charge?
Yes.
Oh, we have that too.
We haven't figured out if ours do.
Yeah, I don't know if we can use that now.
We probably can. That's like a standard now.
That would be nice.
That would be nice. We could finally use those things your mom got us.
Yeah, this
Or
phone
was
is
it your
like
grandma?
5 years
It was
old and
my
it
mother.
can wirelessly charge.
Our
I
last one's
figured out the trigger for the voice. And it is a look.
Oh. Do I have to take it out of the case? The magnet might be in the way.
No, I think this one's okay. Let's reset it.
Technology with Nerdalopedia.
Laura Lippis has updated.
Technology and mission.
There it goes. I just, the magnet was in the way on the back of my case.
I can't wait to get my new case.
Okay. That's all questions and stuff down.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. I think next is camp. Oh, do we want to go over the setting elements and stuff real quick first?
Yes.
Okay. So, the world isn't just your characters, it's also the misty lake with its splintered dock, the cool woods and the whine of mosquitoes, the sunny field, it's all the campers, those lovable weirdos, it's the traditions we've kept and those we've lost, and even the strange magics at the end of all things. Whenever it feels right, pick up one of the setting elements and have it support the game. While holding it, you control that aspect of the world. Sometimes that setting element will be literal, sometimes it won't. For example, you might be holding the lake during a scene when no one's near the lake. That's okay. Setting elements are also metaphors for other feelings and moments within the game. It's possible to drown without any lake nearby, or even any water, both in life and in Sleepaway. Setting elements let you make moves beyond those available to your character sheet. These moves add to the conversation just like any other move. Setting elements never have to worry about tokens. Sometimes, setting elements create characters. These characters should always have motivations and desires that tie into that setting element and its desires. A ritual can be started whenever you choose. Some moves or situations call for one. Rituals pause the normal structure of the conversation and briefly replace it with a new structure. The ritual may represent a game of truth or dare, a romp through a meadow, a quiet moment among friends, sneaking down a path, or crafting a powerful spell. When a ritual is happening, only communicate using the moves printed on the ritual itself. End the ritual as it instructs you to do so. Okay, let's go over the setting elements real quick, because there's a few of them. And certain people can't hold certain setting elements, or should hold certain setting elements. Okay. The field is young, bright, and full of life and victorious play. It is here where young warriors play under the hot sun, and where happy-go-lucky teens fool around within the shade. It is a place for doing, not for talking, and its heart is the rhythm of movement and innocent joy. The field is a place for overflowing with energy. It desires decisive action, movement, fun, and happiness. Peace, fast travel, and community coming together. The field can be many fields in the summer camp, but it is always the field. Let's see. This is not one of the ones that has any kind of restrictions as far as like who can hold it. So that one is just whenever you want to pick it up, you can. The woods. The woods are an old place, far older than the camp, and filled with the aching pain only acquired from generations of trauma. The woods are dedicated to revealing, opening, and inspiring, but are also apathetic and filled with the weight of its own memories. If you treat the woods with respect, it might respect you. Live within the woods, and you'll become one of its own. The woods are a mournful place. It desires to be left alone, to bring together, to heal, to talk, to reveal, and to live independent of cruelty and misunderstanding. If there's a ropes keeper, use their answers for the information here. They should start with the woods. Otherwise, answer those sections and write them down yourself. That's for you.
I should pick things?
Yep, I think there are questions and stuff on there. The lake is where secrets go to die. When it is present in the story, it seems to cover up and distort truth by swallowing it under its waves. Although the lake is not an agent of the lindworm, it can often work in the lindworm's favor, hiding its influence and putting others in danger. The lake is a hungry place. It desires to conceal, to feed on secrets, to smother, to kill, to grow beyond its banks, to seduce, to lure, and to keep the truth hidden beneath its waves. Anyone can start with the lake except for the lifeguard. The lifeguard never ends up with the lake unless it makes perfect sense. So don't pick this up unless it really makes sense. Decampers. The campers are a diverse body of fools, friends, and toadies who love nothing more than to get up to terrible mischief and vex your existence. And you love every single one of them, oh so much. The campers are young and full of confusion, but are always capable of more than you'd expect. The campers are capable of helping you and each other, but can never understand the stakes of the lindworm. The campers are a group of kind souls. They desire freedom, autonomy, space to make mistakes, parental guidance, wisdom from elders, fun, jokes, and drama. The counselor never begins with the campers and should avoid picking them up. Not me. Ooh, I got a tickle. The magic is a force. This is the magic, sorry. The magic is a force, something that pervades all of existence and inhabits the secret parts of the world where humans haven't been. To guide the magic is a process known as crafting, something that can only be done carefully and precisely. The magic is only as violent as its users, but it can also be a capricious and odd force. No one knows if magic is real, but it feels like it is in the quiet and subtle ways. The magic is a tricky force. It desires stories, adventures, heroes, villains, art, beauty, joy, and above all, improbable coincidences. The crafter, we don't have one, begins with the magic, but it should be put down quickly. Alright. And then the strangeness. The strangeness are the old creatures of the world who arrived to this barren earth long before we did, and carry with them the rats and pests and squirming pieces of faraway lands. They have blood on their hands, but they do not allow it to faze them, preferring instead to dwell on what could have been. The strangeness knows about things they shouldn't, and have many secrets and truths to offer. If you'll listen, sometimes the strangeness is just a possum that keeps walking after getting hit by a car. Sometimes it is an entire commune beneath the hills, with their own laws and a god made of broken concrete. They are not the lindworm, but perhaps they can help. Read the act instructions for whether or not to bring, or for whether or not strangeness should be in play, or if there's something more explicit, such as a strange setting element found later in the book. Love the strangeness. Mm-hmm. I think the strangeness doesn't usually get brought in until Act 2. So we're gonna kind of keep that one set aside for right now. And there are also strangeness characters. We can either go over those after we build the camp, or we'll go over them later.
What does impact mean?
What?
Write your impact if you're the ropes keeper.
Like your impact on the camp or on the woods, presumably.
Okay.
Like how your keyboard is burned into your screen.
Yeah. It's a very old phone. Okay. Oh, we gotta choose who's gonna be the Lindworm also.
Doesn't that also change?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it can.
I think last time we had you open with the Lindworm since you're the most familiar with the game.
Yeah. Okay. So while you're finishing up the rope or the woods there, before we start doing camp, I'm gonna read the Lindworm. Okay. So the Lindworm is the monstrosity that haunts our summer camp. It is the bane of our existence and will destroy everything we've built if we're not careful. It is the trauma of history, the collective pain of a cruel society, and the violence inflicted upon the marginalized and the vulnerable. It is generally around 10 feet tall, with arms like tree branches, papery flesh, and a mouth full of too many teeth. It is a shapeshifter and will steal people's skin after flaying them alive. At the beginning of each session, someone in that group must ask the space herein if the Lindworm is there, and if it would like to play. Give it around 30 seconds to reply. If it isn't there, a player is secretly chosen to act for the Lindworm for the session. Do this silently. So we'll do that also, unless somebody wants to either volunteer or I will do it, if you guys don't want to. Yeah. You want me to be the Lindworm again? No player role plays the Lindworm. The chosen player discovers the Lindworm's actions through a deck of cards. So that's how we would normally decide, is we would dole out 4 cards, which is the number of people that we have playing, one of which is the Queen of Spades, and then we shuffle them, somebody shuffles them, dole them out, whoever has the Queen of Spades has to interpret the Lindworm. But if y'all want me to be the Lindworm, or to interpret the Lindworm, I can do that. When the players invite the Lindworm to act, all players close their eyes. The chosen player channels the Lindworm and looks to the top 3 cards of the deck. The channeling player chooses one of the cards, places it as the Lindworm sees fit, and puts the other 2 on the bottom of the deck. They then close their eyes and knock on the table. It is up to everyone to interpret the meaning of the card. Based on the Lindworm card action tables on pages 74, 77. For example, if the Lindworm's card is the 3 of diamonds, cues biting at skin, anxiety, long straight marks on a tree, and the card sits on a specific player's character sheet, then it is clear that the Lindworm's action centers on that player character. Players should interpret the Lindworm's play as brutally as possible, building from some or all of the card's cues. Sometimes cards will appear in specific places on the map, or engage with the space in other ways. Sometimes the actions of the Lindworm can be explained as the actions of the strangeness. That's okay. Life rarely ties together neatly. If a player uses a strong move, they may soften the Lindworm's action. This doesn't remove the consequences, but allows you to redirect them. If the Lindworm's action would kill someone, and that action is mitigated, someone must still die. Oh, one final thing. Never roleplay the Lindworm, no matter what.
It can never be knowable.
Yes.
It cannot be reasoned with. It is a monster.
It is a monster. Okay. You got the woods all
Yes,
sorted?
I think so.
Cool.
So, the tips around the woods are to act quietly, framing scenes and asking questions. Try to explore the majesty of things that don't care about humans, and ask compelling questions and build on the answers others give. So if you guys feel any of those moments, let me know too, because I'm gonna not always notice.
Okay, that is not
The two
actually
aesthetic
charging my
elements that I'm going with are tangled and distrusting.
Ooh.
So I'm assuming that there are just like endless game paths throughout this underbrush off of the main paths. And the impact that I'm going to have with Oakley is that I kind of know those trails.
Okay.
The reason that it's so easy for the kids to get lost in them is I'm part of that too. I tend to explore the game trails.
Got it. Okay.
So on one hand, it's part of the way that some of the kids sometimes will go missing, but I almost always know exactly where they are.
Okay.
Dope. I love that.
I think that would make sense for this one anyway. And the woods has some cool moves that maybe we'll get to use.
Yeah. I don't know how much you used the woods moves last time.
Pretty much we got out of the first act and went, nope, somebody else take it. I don't want to be in the woods no more. And again, thank you very much.
No more.
Wood unsafe, don't like.
Weird skin wolves were in the woods and
Yeah.
everybody was like, nope.
Because for you, the woods had always been, what was it? Healing and hopeful. And then it immediately went to hell and you were like, oh, nope, out.
God. Nami saw me petting Linka and was like, no.
Yeah.
Be nice to her. Nami.
These two. I swear.
Stop
Kitty
it.
alone.
Leave her alone. Okie dokie. So let's do the summer camp.
Okie dokie.
Yes. So I'm thinking. Let's do the layout last, and we'll do the vibes first.
Okay.
So each player chooses one. This might be a thing to write down, and then we'll choose the actual place that it goes later.
Okay.
The nurse's cabin, the creek with mud castles, the performing stage, the field everyone dreams about, the best stargazing field, the sneaking path, the hidden picnic bench, the petroglyph boulders, the swamp full of mosquitoes, the path covered in cairns, the mushroom log, the secret kissing grove, and the abandoned stone wall. So pick one of those, and then I can also pass it around if you need it.
Can you hand it to me so I can?
Please.
Thanks.
I think I'm gonna go with the path covered in cairns. Just straight out.
I can't take that word seriously because now I'm just picturing a bunch of bald dudes standing around in heavy armor.
Yeah, you kind of ruined it for me too. Because all I'm picturing is a bunch of huge bald dudes standing around in heavy armor. God.
Maybe that's what the cairns are, is just a bunch of statues of dudes in heavy armor.
That's why they...
God, when you said his name was Cairn, my immediate thought was that he's a stack of rocks. So now whenever you refer to the character, I picture a stack of rocks.
I mean, basically, that's what he is.
Yep. I'm going to choose the sneaking path.
Hell yeah.
I think I discovered that when I was running from a bully.
Oh, you got your card already.
Yep.
Yeah, why don't we maybe detail each of these a little bit? So the path covered in cairns, I think that is Luca's comfort activity when he's feeling deeply stressed, is he will go to the path and make a new cairn.
That's the real reason why it's sometimes like we're fighting, because you're here. I wonder if you need anything. And so you'll be there to think, and fucking Oakley will just be like, hi, how are you, Luca? And Luca will be like,
I come here not to be stressed. And yet.
And it happens every time.
Every time. I go to the cairn path, and I start putting my little rock stacks together.
It's like
and I'm
4
settling
rocks
down.
in.
I'm calm. I'm like breathing deeply. I go to put a new rock on there, and you're like, "Hello, Luca," and Luca just flings the rock.
Good afternoon, Luca. You dropped your rock.
Luca just lays on the ground.
So I'm gonna go with the petroglyph boulders.
Ooh,
And I'm gonna say that's probably where we take the kids to tell like scary stories.
love that.
And like some of them have like really bizarre petroglyphs on them. Like one is just covered in eyes.
Spooky.
Have we as camp counselors perhaps painted in the petroglyphs for the kids?
Yes, I think so.
Probably.
So high contrast, ancient petroglyphs in a very modern camp.
Yeah. Another one of those weird little anachronisms. I should draw little rocks. Smart. Good thinking.
Actually, can I see that? This again. I'm going to go with the abandoned stone wall,
Dope.
and I'm going to say that it is where Bridget has been wanting, or I'm sorry, Bertha has been wanting to set up, like, turn that stone wall into a rock climbing wall
Ooh.
for extra activities for the kids.
The abandoned stone wall. Love being able to doodle.
Right. Don't mind us, we'll be silently draw for a couple of minutes because
Great
this
stream.
is... Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful content. Thank you for sticking with us.
Horrible.
Here's the sneaking path.
Here, okay, I've got the abandoned stone wall. Oh wait, hold on, that one. I lied.
If somebody wants to add any color to the sneaking path, feel free. I just only have yellow here.
Oh.
I've done all the
probably
basic
sound
ones
sorry.
in green.
Okay, there's the abandoned stone wall.
Do you like my petroglyph
I
boulders?
do like your Patrick.
Can I have a Charlie Brown one too?
No.
Damn it.
No. Okay. Little Karens.
I want to see Vox's picture too.
Little Karens.
Ah, cute.
And little flowers.
And then my wall is somewhere in here.
Did you lose the wall already?
Might have lost the wall. There it is.
Oops.
Very good.
The sneaking path is in fact my panic route.
God.
Here, honey.
That's where we go to run in terror. Okay, so we've chosen them. We're gonna place them later. No. No. Where's the... Oh, it is them.
I knew what I was doing.
Are you sure?
No.
Blah.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. As a group, choose two. Camp Cat. Courageous leaders. Culture of honesty. Economic prosperity. Minimal camper drama. Long administrative memory. Definitely not that one. Protected property. Easy access to public transport. Understanding parents. And that's it. So we gotta choose two of those. I know we've come up with some vibes already.
I think it might be some of the stuff that was earlier on the list.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's understanding parents.
Protected property could be fun though.
Yeah. Well, we have the petroglyphs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like a national forest.
Like a
situation.
national forest camp reserve thing. Which is another reason why the fireworks were a very bad idea.
Yes. Definitely not long administrative memory. I think minimal camper drama, maybe? I don't think we have a ton of camper infighting. Personally.
Yeah.
That's because you have a bunch of creeps that just stare at the people to listen to them, and they don't want to deal with that.
These are relatable camp counselors. Welcome.
Welcome. Hello.
Oakley
just
is
got
not
me and-
allowed to greet the new campers.
Me and Oakley are just like,
But you
Like
do it
weird
loudly.
birds.
I do it wetly.
God. Damp. Perpetually damp.
Like, I don't dress up to make myself look nice for the parents. Like, I crawl
What
out of the
about-
lake and meet kids.
What about the wealth? If we have like this weirdly modern clean camp, like what if this is like
Yeah.
rich person horror
Rich people
camp?
camp. Rich people horror camp. Yeah, that could also be good.
And that's why the only people they can get are these complete weirdos who are going to protect these kids.
We get paid good. Yeah.
We get paid very good, but we understand that this is much more dangerous than...
Yep. Yeah, I feel like here's a fun thing to go along with the economic prosperity thing. Anyway.
Did I do it? Was I him?
Yep.
Oh, he always slurps on, like, straws.
He looks like
Joe?
he should be like built like the one slur.
Oh,
But
God.
instead he's just got like this crazy huge puffy ponytail, like a squirrel tail.
God. Economic prosperity. I don't think any of us have ever met the person who, like, actually does all the shit. Like, pays for all the things, the head guy
Yeah.
that owns the camp and does all the
Yeah,
stuff.
we never see, we are the management.
Yes. Like, he speaks to us in notes that he leaves in the camp.
Or like
letters.
emails.
And emails, yes. We have never met this man, never heard his voice,
We
nothing.
run the thing, they pay us very well. We are aware that there is a supernatural force on the premises. And that accidents do happen, so there is a fund, but we actually care about the kids.
Yes. No, I like that. That's fun.
A little bit dystopian this time.
Yeah. A little weird.
Dystopian.
We have
camp.
the sneaking suspicion that this man is like also definitely knows that there is something supernatural happening.
Well, he wouldn't pay us this much.
Right.
Like,
He just never
this is our
acknowledges it.
job for the year.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe
We
it's
work
like
2-3 months out of the year.
Yes.
maybe it's like his family's responsibility to like keep bringing people to the Lindworm.
Hang on. Hang on. So there's a creepypasta that I've read. It's a whole series called Goat Valley Campground.
Go on.
And so Goat Valley Campground is all about this woman who owns a campground that is, and it's her family, it's been in her family for generations, right? This campground is an open campground. People come to camp there. but it's full of cryptids.
Okay.
Like, full of all sorts of shit. Like, and they have all these crazy rules on, like, how to deal with some of the more active things, right? So
From
I'll have to
4:15 to 12:78.
Yes,
On
if
the
you-
clock, you are not allowed to use any eastward-facing paths.
Something-
Doing so will result
yes. There's I know that one of the rules I always remember is if children come to your camp with a wagon trying to sell you water, don't buy it. Don't acknowledge the children at all. Like, do not acknowledge them. Eventually they'll go away. That's like one of the rules. And if you do buy the water, you're gonna fucking die. Is the basics. But I'll have to send it to you. One, it's a great story. Two,
There's a very good, like, the rules lists. I love those ones. There's
So
such a
good.
good, like, Firewatch Tower one.
but something like that, right? Where this place has been in this guy's family for a long, long time, and someone has to keep hold of it and staff it properly to avoid.
Oh,
whole
it is
shitload.
compulsory for
Yes.
it to run.
Yes, because otherwise either to contain the lindworm or to prevent even more death from people like hiking through the thing or doing
It's
whatever.
protected land, and
That's
if we
why
do a
it's
summer
protected
camp,
property.
Yep.
yep.
So they
Okay.
have like staff, they have people, they have activities happening regularly so that at least there's someone here
They
to
know.
deal with
They
it.
know
Yes.
that where the people are.
Yes, and there's somebody here to deal with it.
Hopefully.
In case something happens. Yes. Yeah.
Which would
That's
go
a great
into
vibe.
and then oh, are you the newest?
Ooh.
'Cause we're all progressively stranger. Is your, like, vivaciousness actually very normal, but it seems like sunlight here?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Because we're all like tired, exhausted, anxious, and a little weird.
I'm like three years away from being a strangeness myself,
yeah,
and
yep.
you're only like 5 years behind me, maybe.
Yep.
Probably, yeah. But probably her vivaciousness is weird in itself.
Oh yeah, it's
Like-
starting to get
considering,
weird.
yeah, especially considering last time you were technically the one who'd been here the longest. So if you're trying to do the opposite thing, you've been here the shortest.
Yeah.
But like some of the small things like that we might recognize then if we understand the rules of this camp is, oh, her hair doesn't change any longer.
Yeah. I love this. This is a good vibe.
You a good vibe.
I love that we are like infected by the strangeness.
Yeah.
We get paid very well, but we also are not here voluntarily any longer.
No, not anymore. Yeah, I feel like especially for if like maybe you and I are the oldest ones or the ones who have been here longest. Unless you have an argument for you being here the second longest. You're definitely the one who's been here the longest. But it's between you and me for second.
Maybe we came here at the same time.
Maybe.
Or like that it's similar enough that it
must
wouldn't
know it,
show a
yeah.
difference.
Yeah.
Because, like, say I've been here for, oh, how long have you actually worked here, Oakley? Oh, 45 years. And it's, like, very obviously, like, a mid-25-year-old.
Right. And they're like, I don't know about that.
Where it's just like, I work here, yes.
Yep. This is where, yep.
I
This
work
is me
here
now.
until I don't anymore.
Yep. God. What was I gonna say?
Or maybe you're like, you have the same effect on the campground and the other counselors that like the camp has on people that leave. That like, you've been here so long and like everyone has people that have met you, but no one like actually knows you, so no one actually knows how long you've been here.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you guys know, oh, yeah, Oakley's always worked here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's from our perspective, you've just always been here. Like, that's just how it is. and it doesn't feel weird to us, probably.
Old man.
Okay, this might be jumping the gun a little bit, but also consider, what if that ends up being, like, part of the issue with being there so long? So, oh yeah, we have other counselors. You guys have been in these roles for X number of years, but you don't always know how long the other camp counselors have worked here. So, like, the craft person, have they worked here? Is this their first year? Have we worked together for the last 5 years? I can't really remember.
It's like
the
a
memories are
wobbly-
hazy.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know if they change every year because, like, you don't have a firm grasp of who that person is anymore.
Or unless you've been here for an extended period of time, like maybe that's the reaction for like the first several years. The longer you have under your belt, the more you can tell, like, oh, that person's been working here for like the past 6 years. That person's been here for 15 or whatever. Like but those first several years, like the memories are just you can't like properly access them. And like maybe you never will. The first several
like,
years of your service to the camp.
And even
So
if you
more-
have a high turnover rate in, for whatever that might mean, that you might have, oh, you've worked here for 5 years now. And it's like, yeah. It's like, oh, you're Luca.
Yeah, and it
Like,
it kind
you
of
have now become a
solidifies.
fixture in the camp, but otherwise, like, the song leader right now, I don't know who they
Like,
are.
we have no idea. Yeah, for all we know, they could have been here for the last 3 years, or they're brand new. Like, it doesn't, it's not a thing.
But
in
there's,
our
like, a
brains.
point where, like, oh, we know
We
each
become,
other.
like, part of the camp. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I like that. That's
Okay.
good. I love this weird memory shit. It's very fun. Okay. Each player details one.
You don't want to pass that one around.
Yeah. I'll let you guys pick first. I'm gonna look at the strangeness a little bit, the strangeness table, because we might be able to kind of like bring in some of this stuff as we like solidify kind of the vibe. More as a very gentle start to the strangeness.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a very early move with the woods just to facilitate this, since it is about framing scenes. One of the things early on that I think I'm going to do is create a staff minor character,
Yeah.
so that we can keep not knowing quite who they are.
Yeah. I have to find the actual strangeness table.
I'm excited to play with the strangeness more.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We did the wolves quite a bit last time, but it'll be fun to do some of the other stuff if our vibes work out. Especially since we're going more uncanny, and I think Our Lady Oubliette is a lot more like
Yeah,
uncanny
if I
valley
remember,
vibes.
that's
There was that
'Cause
one
I
and
really-
another one.
yeah, because I
Winter?
really
Wintry?
wintry.
Our Lady Oubliette is very wintry.
Okay, I may be conflating her as two different ones.
Because there's the crows, which I think are more, yeah, Our Lady
I'm going
Oubliette,
to-
also known as Frau Fast, the Snow Queen, who, Dolores, in winter. This is all still here, but forgotten. Like, that's her vibe.
I'm going to go with Where the Witch Was Spotted.
Ooh.
Oh yes, I love the witch.
The witch is very good.
And I'm going to say she was spotted in the path covered in cairns, building cairns.
I love that. Hell yeah. Where's the put that note on my card there. Where did I what did I just do? Ah! I just saw that's all how to play. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. Jesus.
Oh.
Man, someone has a very pink pen.
What?
It's Vox.
It's red.
I have pink.
No, it's red.
You're partly colorblind.
Sparkly red.
Shut up. Not red green.
Oh, I am so torn.
Yeah.
I'm very torn between where the frogs used to sing and where the oldest cabins are.
Ooh.
Cause I think I would like to go with where the oldest cabins are.
Love that.
And I would like those to actually be one of the ways that you can go somewhere. And like, is this an acceptable thing? One of the ways that you can go to a different location on the sneaking path.
Ooh.
Because if it's where I ran away, and I've been here a indeterminate amount of time, and to the point where I look kind of anachronistic.
Right. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. I like that. What did I...
Maybe occasionally I'll go to guide kids back to camp and take them the wrong way.
Ooh, yeah. Because your brain is taking you to,
Where the oldest cabins were.
Yeah. Yeah, so the strangeness table, for some of the different strangeness, Murder of Crows is feathers, objects in groups of 3, tangled thread, with themes of destiny and heartbreak. Our Lady Oubliette is already in our vibe. Hers is cold and forgetting, are her sort of keywords, and then unseasonable cold, unrecognized kids, and fuzzy memories. The slumbering beast is dreams and conquest, with haunting dreams, omens missed from holes in the ground. And then...
That ties in with the birds sing...
Yeah.
Sing about lies or something like that.
And then the Underhill King is, the themes are the underworld and authority, and then dirt, strange calls from the mountain, and hoof prints.
I don't know if we're gonna get hooves.
What?
I don't know if we're gonna get hooves here.
It might behoove us.
No, Our Lady Oubliette and the Slumbering
I'm
Beast, though, are
supposed to
already
pass
kind
this.
of
Oh,
in
what
our
are we
energy.
doing with this?
I haven't picked one yet.
Me neither, because I got P.
Pick one.
Each player details one.
And we've done... Did you guys mark the ones that you did already?
I did not.
You did where the witch was spotted, and you did
Where the
where the
oldest
oldest cabins are. And I haven't picked one yet, so...
I'm going to go...
I will slap you right in your face for making that sound. Not the farting sound, that sound, the mouth sound. I swear to God. Gonna get yourself fucking killed! I'm telling ya!
I'm going to go with... where you used to sneak away to watch the sunrise.
Ooh.
I'm going to tie that in actually with the abandoned wall. Mm-hmm. It's where she would go to watch the sunrise because it was always peaceful and quiet because nobody went up back there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it was supposed to be abandoned.
Yeah.
That's actually where newer cabins were built.
Ooh.
It's not where the oldest ones are.
Here you go. Nice.
I'm sorry, Papa. I didn't mean to give you a poop. No, dear. I'm sorry. You were very under my foot.
the way, our phones do not have wireless charging.
Boo.
A pity.
I think I'm gonna go with where the Great Battles of Youth took place.
I thought about doing that one too.
Was there a rock war?
A rock war. And I actually think I'm going to make that the, I think I'm going to make that the oldest tree in the woods, which is not a thing that we have put on the map yet. But it is one of the things that we need to put on the map.
I have it drawn already.
It's a good thing that you're not banned from the woods.
Yeah. I think I think it's less a thing that Luca remembers from his own youth. But has a very hazy memory of watching campers like play with foam swords.
Or
Like
things like that.
diving around the tree and hiding behind trees and like
Yeah.
he has these like these hazy but weirdly visceral memories of like the great battles of youth
Yeah.
happening in the
Yeah.
I think that's the vibe. Okay. So I'm gonna read these out. But I mean we can come up with something else too. These are just good sort of starting points. So what happened last time, which presumably is not necessarily the last camp, but the last time the Lindworm was highly active the way it will be this time. So half the camp danced into the lake and woke up freezing. Flayed animals roamed the woods. One of your friends died. The cops showed up and shut everything down. Each one of you got a scar in the same place on your faces. No one remembers, it's been too long. Ouchie. So those are some examples, but we can always come up with something different. I know we did last time.
We did the flayed one last time, right?
No, we didn't.
No?
It just
We had a
happened
coin. We all had something. We had an item. Or a mark on our skin or something, is what we did last time. We kind of combined several of them.
Yeah, we picked a couple.
The flayed thing happened to us, like, in the game. We had lots of flaying
It
happening.
happened. What if one of our friends died?
Yeah.
What if... Because if
Our
we're
good friend. Crazy
planning, maybe our staff minor character is whoever replaced that friend. But we don't know them yet, because it was still recent enough that we don't know how long they've been here.
Yeah.
So we don't necessarily remember also quite how long it's been since our friend died.
Yeah. It could have been years ago. It could have been, last year.
It doesn't feel like it was this year, but it was maybe sooner than 6 years ago.
Maybe. And this would have had to be somebody that had been at the camp for an extended period of time, because we remember our friends. Yeah.
Now I wonder if we're gonna forget them when somebody pops back in.
Yeah, if that just replaces in our brains.
Or if you do remember still, that would be interesting.
Yeah.
If that ever comes up.
I think that we should remember them. Like, we're gonna, like, the new person is gonna show up and we're gonna be like, oh, that's right. Like, and we remember that friend's face, we remember that friend's name. And, like, they should be the one that's here. And then, oh, that's right, they fucking died.
Yeah, that did happen.
They
but
died,
we don't
however,
recognize this person
We
yet.
don't know this one.
And we don't know if this one is new or if they were here last year.
Yeah.
You just don't know who you're working with.
Yeah.
And don't remember if you know them or not
It's
until
probably-
you do.
Yeah, it's probably a thing that like those of us who have been here long enough to be like fixtures of the camp now and like remember each other every year. Can sort of identify and be like, oh, they haven't been here long enough for me to remember them yet. Like, because we've identified, like, slowly as people have stayed longer and longer every
And as
time.
we've stayed longer, if it's easier for us to perceive the longer we...
Yep. So I think that, like, for those of us who have been here long enough, we can kind of recognize the pattern happening, but it does not mean that we remember those people when they, you know, we're just like, oh, this one hasn't been here long enough. Who knows if they've been here for 3 years, 2 years, if they were here last year, I don't know. Mm-hmm. But we just know they haven't been here long enough for us to remember them.
Mm-hmm. And, like...
It's just normal for us now.
As one of the older ones here, it takes somewhere between 5 years and a decade, perhaps.
Yeah. That's your best guess at this point. Yep.
So, like, maybe you go 15 years and you don't know who your song leader is.
No, you just don't. Even
You don't know if
they've
they're
been
new.
here for a while.
How
you know?
annoying if you've been there for, like, 6 years
Oh
and
my
they're
God.
like, nice to meet you. It's like, yeah.
Unless they don't recognize it themselves either.
Yeah,
Oh,
at
yeah,
that point,
true.
if they don't know how long they've been working either.
Mm-hmm. Or if you were here last time.
Uh-huh.
Unless they remember us because we've been here a really long
That we've been
time.
here long enough.
Yeah. But we don't remember them, that probably does annoy the shit out of them.
Yeah, as they get here long enough that maybe we might recognize them one day.
Yeah, maybe. They seem to, and it's weird for them because we recognize each other, right? So they're like, why do they know each other's names? But like, I met them last year. Weird. If they even remember.
Like, how many years do they have to be here before they know
Before
who we
they
are?
start remembering, yeah. That's wild. I wonder if it's kind of an opposites game. Where they remember the ones who've been here for a long time. Every year when they come. But also don't remember the newer ones. Right? But we don't remember anybody until they've been here long enough. I like that. That's fun. A kind of opposites.
Which is
opposites
probably why there's such a hyper focus on the campers for this one, because like that's the only thing that we know besides each other. That's like the only other consistency in our lives.
Yep. The kids. Brains on the kids. Okay, so one of our friends died. Who knows if Jake wants to play one when he comes back. If he wants to wrap up with us, maybe he can be our friend who died if they come back as a Strangeness. He could play a Strangeness character. That would be fun.
very fun.
Strangeness character named Crazy Jake.
Crazy
he has
Jake.
to be Crazy
He
Jake.
comes back, Crazy Jake.
But that was in a very rustic camp.
That's
Crazy
the sting.
Jake.
Crazy Jake is eternal. Crazy Jake is everywhere.
Your cat.
She wants down here now, doesn't she?
Yes.
Or is she down here already?
No.
Oh.
She escaped when I went pee.
She doesn't want to come down here. The dog's here.
But we are also here.
Right.
Okay. And we've done these ones, Patrick of Holders. I'm just gonna mark these down real quick. And then we have to set the, set everything. Sneaking path.
And I'm presuming while we're doing this, we're gonna just kind of go until we're like at a good stopping point.
Yes.
'Cause
it's
it's
10:25 now. Yeah. If we want this whole first thing to be the world building, we can get all this world building stuff done. Maybe do a little bit of like intro in character stuff, and then be done. Okay. So all we really have to do is place everything now. And you said you already drew the first 1, 2,
Yes.
3, 4, 5, the 5 things.
Yep.
So that's really what we need to do, is just place stuff. So field at the center of camp obviously goes in the center of the camp. Is this a long camp or a wide camp?
I'm gonna say long.
Yeah, that's too long. Pick them all out.
Except that one.
Tag that boy. Tag him.
Pin it.
The
Pin it
Witch
with
of
your
Weech
long
has struck
arms.
again. The
Oldest tree.
Where are the woods?
Where's the camp entrance?
Right here.
Okay. Make a note. Make a card.
I got it.
Entrance is a play on words. It's actually entrance.
I accept this.
Trance. Bonk.
Why you bonking?
Because I can.
I think I want it to be along, like this edge here. So it's like no matter where you go in the camp, the woods is always going to be like if you're facing the start of camp, the woods is always going to be on your left.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a narrow, long boy that
Yes.
goes endlessly deep.
It's just all woods like that way.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I like that. Rather than being sort of encased.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if it's kind of like on a sort of mountainous edge on this side, so it's not so like we look out and it's all like nature. Mm-hmm. That like this
Well, if
way.
it's like doing the protected, we are a national park sort of situation, then yeah, I'm sure that the camp would have like some like vantage overlook situations, especially since we're fabulously wealthy.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So you said you wanted the forest on this side?
Uh-huh.
Where do you want the oldest tree, though?
Long.
The oldest tree, very near the entrance.
So, like, over here?
Uh-huh. Like, that's kind of a landmark. If you're not in the woods. If you're in the woods, good luck.
Good luck. Kind of at the edge of the woods, or maybe just outside the edge of the woods. This big old ass tree.
Yeah.
Kind of set at the corner edge.
Uh-huh. Like, it may be just in or outside of camp. Like,
Yeah. I like that.
The fire
But
pit.
it's a willow.
ooh, I love a willow.
Fire pit. Where are the... Let's do maybe bunks first, because I feel like the fire pit needs to be near the bunks.
Bunks.
Should they be close to the entrance or a ways out that way?
I feel like they should be near the oldest tree, because that's the easiest way to, like... They were thinking, oh yeah, if we put the bunks near the oldest tree, since it's fucking huge,
Yeah.
people will be able to find the bunks
It's an
easy.
easy sort of like...
Yeah, the woods is always on your left. The bunks are gonna be by the tallest tree if you're out in the fields or the lake or whatever.
Yeah.
Here.
I say, yeah, right. Yeah.
The bunks
about
are
there.
probably barely into the edge of the forest.
Yeah.
Like
Kind of
this
tucked
is,
against them a little bit.
Uh-huh. They're as far away from the situation as they can be within the rules of this space.
Yeah.
I don't know who cut a deal that the campers could have a straight shot for the exit and have very little chance of making it. But
Yeah. God. And then I think the fire
like
pit...
we're very clearly meeting the bare
Yeah.
minimum requirements for what this contract is. Like, okay, if
Yeah.
shit hits the fan, maybe the kids can just run out.
can just book it.
But then it's also a straight shot, so it's just like
Yep.
The lake.
I feel like the lake may be on the other end.
Away from the bunks. That way
Yeah.
kids can't sneak into the lake.
Yeah. Kind of bracketed on one side by trees and then bracketed on the other side by the sort of cliff face.
so if it is, does it extend that way or this way? This way?
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to put it like here.
Yeah.
Especially if there's a cliff face over here.
I feel like it's kind of a natural sort of crater lake
Yeah.
type
Okay.
situation.
Ooh,
So
yeah.
I
You
feel
know?
like we might not be using this corner over here very
Not
much.
for much.
Alright, on to the 4 we picked. The abandoned stone wall.
gonna have the abandoned stone wall be... right over here, kind of this way towards the field.
The sneaking path.
Okay. And then this is also where the oldest cabins are. Mm-hmm. Could you... Oh, I can add that, actually. I have a pen right here. That's still yellow.
God.
So then, I guess that begs the question. If this is where the oldest cabins are... I'm sorry, I just bombed you again. If it's where the oldest cabins are, then where do you suppose the point was that they were like, maybe we can do a camp? Do you think that it was like, okay, let's try being on the field? Or do you think it was, this way we can escape over the lake? Like when you're trying to figure out the rules of working with this entity.
Maybe
Right.
on
Where
the
do you think-
border between the woods and the lake. So like over on the edge here.
So like here.
Or even in the woods. Not too far into the woods, but if it's like a sneaking path, it would be treed or, forested, right?
Uh-huh. So the old cabins used to be by the lake.
That way they could have a choice between getting across the lake or hopefully losing it in the trees.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The trees at least provided cover was the original sort of thought, I'd think.
And then, of course, if you're escaping to a bully, you're gonna run back to camp, or where camp was.
Right. And there's enough noise probably inside the tree line.
Oh yeah,
With,
well
like,
it's all
animals
game
and stuff?
trails and that. Like,
Yeah.
it's dense undergrowth is kind of, that's why it's distrustful. Like, if you have the woods' trust, it's easy to get around, but if you don't,
Yeah.
it's a labyrinth.
Right. Yeah, that's
Petroglyph boulders. I'm going to put also over here on the edge because have you ever been next to a cliff at night?
horrifying. I mean, all I'm thinking of is Midsommar, that has those big petroglyph boulders that they cut their hands and drag their bloody hands on, and it's on the edge of a cliff. Horrifying. Love it.
Because when you're next to a cliff at night and there's like no light coming from that direction, you can feel the emptiness.
Yeah. Horrifying. Delicious.
Which is a great place for a religious or ritual site.
Yeah. Path covered in
Or a
clay.
warning, perhaps.
A warning, perhaps. I'm gonna put this fairly close to the field, maybe slightly, we're gonna call that north. Yeah, that's perfect. Just kind of out in the field, a little path like through the field type of situation.
This is like, yeah, this is like a nice path if you're going to one place or another, because we've still got the nurse's station, right?
No, that was one we could have picked, but we didn't.
Oh,
Yeah, we did not pick that. We could put one in if we wanted to, or it's gonna show up later on. Like if we end up needing to go to the nurse,
Yeah.
we can
Yeah.
just place it somewhere, you know, as we go. Yeah, I think that way, if that's the place that Luca goes when he's anxious and needs a slight break, he's not going to go anywhere where he can't still see the kids. So they need to still be in range of his sight lines, or if they yell, he will be able to hear them. But it's still like he's a little further, he has some distance from them to go set the cairns. Okay, yes. That tracks for my brain.
Yeah, and I feel like at this point, if we're a little bit scarily modern and that sort of thing, like where the bunks are now is the required minimum down to...
Yes. Yep. And they're very nice bunks. They have sturdy doors.
Yeah.
They're sturdy buildings. Yes. Nice.
Like big steel storm doors on them.
God. So wild. To anyone else that isn't like aware of what's going on, it would look so unbelievably unnecessary.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's a good thing they don't remember the camp really well when they leave.
yep.
Like, how unsettled, and that's probably why, like, as the counselor, it's so serious for Luca, is because, like, how unsettling for these kids.
Yeah.
Like, are they here voluntarily also?
Like, who knows?
We don't know.
We don't know.
It's not our business.
Nope.
Like, but I'm sure that the kids are like, why are the doors like that?
Why are they so heavy? Why do they have these giant locks?
Got big drop bar deadbolts on them.
How young are our campers, do you think? We talked about this last time, and I think we had
We went with, like, pretty young.
Yeah, I think we had,
Like 9, 10.
yeah, between 8 and 10, I think is what we had. I think we had one young curveball that was like 7.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess what do we want to do this time? Is it like a preteen situation this time? Young teens?
I think knowing that we're going to have to treat them very much like player characters, preteen teens.
Yeah. Like maybe anywhere between
12 to 14.
12... I'd say 12 to 15 maybe.
Okay.
And then the oldest ones can be sort of camp almost assistants where they get a little bit more like
counselors in training.
responsibility, counselors in training type deal. Yeah. That's kind of my thought.
Yeah, it's a leadership camp, you know?
Yeah.
If you can successfully escape and get you and your friends out of this camp, you can handle the adult world.
Yeah.
You know, if we're going scarily modern, what if, like, the bunks have electric deadbolts on them that, like, lock at a certain time?
You know?
We found that buys us exactly 1.5 seconds in the event of a blunt impact from...
God.
But, like...
Goodness gracious, Lenka. Should I just let her down?
Sure.
But,
Little child.
They're so demanding.
I'm coming, baby.
I think I may need to take Pup out while this is...
No. Come on, Lenka.
Because it's actually about her bedtime.
Okay. You're not gonna come down.
I'm actually gonna run the dog out quick while you guys set up some of this. Because I am completely here for, like,
What
it
if-
is 2065.
We are in the future now.
This is the state mandated summer camp that is very much like other summer camps, but not.
But
We're-
not at all.
we're trying to prevent the lindworm from going places, so we're providing it with enrichment.
With enrichment. God. Yeah, that's the thing with, like, Goat Valley Campground, right? Is the, like, you can't just not have the campground tended to, and you can't not have campers there because the campers bring you money, or more money, to, like, keep up the camp, right? The campground. And if you were to close the campground, the entities would, effectively, they would escape it. Like, they would just go elsewhere, and then nobody would be keeping them in check, basically. So it's like we're luring the lindworm to just stay in one place.
We're providing it with enrichment.
With enrichment, to just keep it. But the goal, I don't think the goal of whoever owns this place is to, like, feed the lindworm, right?
No.
Like,
That's why he's,
not.
like, doing, like, high-tech, very secure bunks, is
Yep.
to, like... He's
He
like,
doesn't want anybody to get hurt, but he has to have something happening here in order to keep the lindworm where it is.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna go somewhere else and wreak fucking havoc. Yeah, that's the... I like that vibe. It just makes me want to read Goat Valley Campground again.
you
So
probably
good.
will now.
I probably will. It's really good. Hang on. I'm gonna Google it and read some of the rules because they're very funny.
You're funny.
Oops. Goat Valley Campground. Oh my god, there's a podcast yeah. I know they wrote it into a book. I found it. How to survive camping.
Hi, Lenka. What? Why do you have stupid pupils? Pat, 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 pat,
Don't
pat.
follow the lights. I can't believe I have to say this one. Don't follow the lights.
Oops.
If you're approached by a man offering you a drink from a cup made out of a human skull, accept. It will taste foul and you will not be able to eat without vomiting for the next 24 hours, but this is better than what he will do to you if you refuse. That guy, that skull cup man, is a staple character through all of the stories. Because it's like all these rules, and then the lady who runs the campground also tells stories about like things that have happened, or like what she's dealing with currently.
Well, get up here then, dumb.
What's the...
You coming? There you go.
I want the...
Yeah. Are your allergies getting bad again?
Oh no. Okay, all the rules. That's what I want. Site-specific rules.
Sir Bagel, I for once welcome Skull Cup Man with his mystery liquid.
Now, I think if you refuse, he eviscerates you and hangs you from a tree.
Yikes!
If I remember correctly. If I remember correctly. I could be wrong.
I can't believe they just added Jake.
Yeah?
He's absolutely someone who would just wander a campground offering people drinks from a skull.
Yeah, you're not wrong. The lady in chains is not in distress. Do not try to help her. It is a trap and she will kill you. Where's the... Deer do not grow to be the size of a horse. If you see a large deer, do not stare at it, and especially do not make eye contact with the person riding on its back. Consider bowing until it passes. This is a sign of respect, and it may bless you with its favor. That's a fae.
Yeah.
And he shows up in the story. The guy, she has to have, like, apparently he got disrespected and murdered someone, and she was like, man, you can't just do that. She has this very, like, oh my, again, kind of conversation with him in the story. It's so funny. Where's the...
It almost sounds like that post where somebody, like, proposed a horror game, but you're, like, the janitor of the horror game or facility.
Yeah.
And all of the ghosts and monsters are just, like, a mild inconvenience at best.
That's definitely the vibe of the story, set of stories.
Doom guy, but he's a janitor.
I found the ice one. You can buy ice from the children that approach your camp only if they have a wagon. Those are the children of other campers trying to make some extra spending money. They only upcharge by a few dollars, so consider tipping. If a group of children approach you without a wagon, do not buy from them. Act like they don't exist. They will eventually leave. Horrible. Evil. Deeply cursed. I only have one brother. He is younger than me, and his name is Tyler. If you meet anyone claiming to be my older brother, inform camp management immediately. He is not my brother. That's a whole thing.
Yeah, send that to me.
Yeah. I, for one, welcome Skull Cup Man and his mystery liquid.
Oh, here, I'll read that one to you really quick. Let's see. Where is he?
Lenka just bounced off my leg, by the way, because she was trying to jump up on the couch as I was walking by.
God. If you're approached by a stranger offering you a drink from a cup made out of a human skull, accept. It will taste foul and you will not be able to eat without vomiting for the next 24 hours, but this is better than what he will do to you if you refuse. This is from Goat Valley Campground.
Love that.
We were just saying that, like, the vibe, the energy of, like, the guy who owns this camp, right, does not want to feed people to the lindworm.
Yeah.
Like, it's very much a secure, contain, protect situation.
Yeah.
Like, he is just trying to keep it where it is so that we know where it is and can handle it.
We are
Like,
providing enrichment to the Lindworm.
Yes.
uh-huh,
By
like,
necessity.
yeah. Whether that means that these kids are coming in completely unprepared.
Probably they are.
Uh-huh. Well,
I feel
because
like-
they can't grasp the true.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, I have to go to this spooky camp.
Yeah.
Like, even if this is a publicized situation,
Right.
there's so little known about it. They're like, yeah, I drew the lottery. I gotta go to Lindworm
I gotta go to the
camp.
Lindworm camp.
And it's like, oh, where did you have to go? Oh, the meat hole.
Oh yeah, the mystery flesh pit, National
Yeah,
Park.
mystery flesh pit.
I love that story. Such a good one. I feel like I'm trying to think of like how if memory gets wobbly with this place, I feel like if a person is lost to the Lindworm or to anything in this area, it's probably a situation where they are lost
She
to
okay?
collective memory overall.
She's crying that I put her to bed while Vox is still here.
Oh.
But she's already an hour up past her bedtime.
Oh my goodness,
So
Nami.
I'm gonna ignore her for a couple of minutes and see if she just takes the hint.
Yeah. Upsetty spaghetti.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think that they would maybe just be lost to collective memory even on the outside.
Uh-huh.
Like it just kind of eats their existence.
Yeah, they might remember for a few years, but by the time anybody would be able to maybe try to resolve it, they're
Yeah.
gonna forget.
Yeah. It's because that's how we avoid like parents who show up and their child has died. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So if a child dies in the camp, I think that they just
Maybe their parents still show up, but they think they took a wrong turn somewhere.
yeah. And they're like, oh, that's weird.
Oh,
We
I'm so
showed up-
sorry.
Oh, this is strange. How do we get away from this place?
Oh,
think
just
we've-
go out the entrance that way.
And the rest of us are just like, fuck. We remember the kids.
Uh-huh.
Those who are old enough, at least, to,
Yeah.
or have been here long enough to
Oh, yeah.
remember the
And
prior
there
instance.
may in fact be detailed records somewhere. We wouldn't know where those are kept.
No, we would not. Yeah. What else do we want to detail about the camp, you think?
That was such a big huff.
Big huff.
If they're like teenagers, like preteen,
Yeah, 12 to 15, I think. Ish.
what are
I feel like the vast majority are between probably 12 and 14.
Do we
just
take
have a
their
couple.
phones when they show up?
do they
I don't
still
think their
use
phones work. Up here.
Yeah, there's no.
I feel like we probably have a radio if we need to get a hold of any kind of authority, but
Satellite phone?
yeah. But I don't
The
think
oh
cell
fuck
phones.
button for the guy.
The oh fuck button, yeah. Like shit has gone really, really profoundly wrong.
Like, I am the last person standing.
Yes.
This is gonna get bad now.
Like a deep emergency, like a bad emergency. And we only push that button if it is fully like, I am the last person here type of a deal.
You push the button, any kids that are in their bunks just get Murphy bedded into the wall.
Panic button. We probably have a separate button for that. When things start to go really haywire, we can do the hide all the babies button. And then they just into the wall. Fold them up. Fold up the babies.
Could you imagine not knowing that this camp is gonna be like this? Like, you grew up in a situation like this. Like, but the camp is just like so hype. It's like, I've never seen a building like this.
No.
What?
What is going on? It almost looks like a weird, like, medical building. It's also pristine.
Oh yeah, it's somewhere between military and medical for
Yeah.
sure.
Yep.
Ooh, maybe this is a prior, like, military.
Like a base.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be too, like... I mean, if it's up in the mountains, I guess some military bases might be up in the mountains. I don't fucking know anything about
Remote
military.
ones. Anti-air sites would be.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
you want to have them up as high as possible.
Yeah.
That would be difficult with the Lindworm.
Yeah.
Could you imagine the military coming out here and be like,
Oh god. What the fuck is that thing?
we're leaving?
We're going.
Yeah, like maybe that happened at some point before our time, and
God.
Maybe that's how the whole camp thing got started.
yeah.
Yeah. Maybe our dear patron that we've never met is some kind of like government official or something. And what all of this money, where all this money is actually coming from is the government, you know? Versus just some very wealthy man who owns the land.
Maybe some very wealthy governmental man who owns the land.
Yeah. Gets funding. Some kind of funding to be like, listen, we gotta keep this shit contained.
But it's also like, look at this philanthropy I'm doing. Did I pronounce that wrong?
Yes, you did.
There is no M in there at all.
Yeah, you added it. You added an
I
M.
really liked it though. It was so cute.
I don't even know if I can repeat the word
If somebody can clip that, I would greatly appreciate it.
Philanthropy.
I really liked it.
It was good. It's a good. Shane does that sometimes. He'll swap. He said, you know, Jimble's Neutrombo, like the funny way to say
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah.
Neutron. He swapped the endings of both of the words. So he said Jimbo Neutrombles yesterday, and it made me laugh so hard. And he was like, "Why are you laughing at me?" I was like, "You swapped them, you dyslexic fuck." Made me laugh real hard. That's real good. Shane does that all the time. He swaps them because he's dyslexic.
It'll do it.
That'll do it. And I called him out on it once. I was like, you're like dyslexic with words, like not with like saying words, not with reading necessarily. Maybe he is also dyslexic reading wise, but like I only ever notice it when he's speaking, where he'll swap letters in words when he's talking, and it always fucks
Does
me up.
he have ADHD?
Yes.
Okay, that's why.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you think faster than you talk, so you say what is further into the sentence than
Yeah.
you are currently speaking.
I'll have to tell him that. I'll be like, surprise, it's
That's
not.
where my stuttering comes from.
Your brain just gets caught up. Or your mouth gets caught up.
Because I
your
realize
brain's
that
too
I'm
far ahead.
I realize I'm going to start saying the wrong thing, and I have to rewind.
God.
And it also does it where you combine different phrases, because you'll go, oh yeah, I should use this phrase, and then you immediately go, nope, this other one that means the same thing, and then you will just,
You'll combo them?
and then they don't make sense.
Yep.
Yeah.
God. Gotta love it.
And you can't ask for more from meat.
What? Oh, from meat. I was like, I couldn't figure out what meat meant there for a minute. I was like, oh, brain meat. That's right.
I mean,
We are sacks full of meat.
I think we are.
we talk with meat.
All set up?
Yeah, I think we are. So,
This is going to go so differently.
yeah, this is gonna be a very different experience. That's the one shot. We don't want that. We want the full game. One shot.
Well, I'm glad she got over it in like 3 minutes.
Right.
Overtired thing.
Okay. I think that's fine. Okay, yeah. Okay, so the surface. A Sleepaway campaign can be one of the most rewarding ways to play the game. The shortest possible campaign you can play with Sleepaway is 3 sessions, one for each act: the surface, the descent, and the abyss. The surface is where the story begins for campaign play. It is when the tensions begin to rise, the world just starts to creep you out, and the strangeness is alluded to. So we're introducing the characters, we're setting all the stages, blah blah blah. Keep the story feral and wild. Foreshadow the strangeness, become the architects of your game. You do have to remove all the spades. Have we fully decided that I am the
First
Yeah.
lindworm.
Yeah.
first lindworm? Dope.
I would be willing to give it a go because I didn't try it last year,
Do you
but
want to be the lindworm?
I do not want to start to be with the lindworm.
Okay.
Do you want to be a lindworm?
It's got 2 arms and legs.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Me, is that a spade? I literally have a spade tattooed on my fucking hand.
He'll stand outside for you. Say,
Is that why you have a spade tattooed on your hand?
To remember what a spade looks like.
I want to crunch your faces.
That is not why I have a spade tattooed on my hand.
Decide my
I have a spade tattooed on my hand for Izzy hands. Because I'm a fucking loser.
Do you want to
Same.
the
That character made me get a tattoo on my face. Okie doke. So remove all the spades from the deck.
That's actually the one that is kind of a model for a tattoo concept that...
That one?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, you showed me that one. The yeah. Okay.
One day.
Okay. So building the web. Using the index cards, create small notes on the corkboard. You can pin and connect as you play. Characters, items, locations, and motifs. Do we want to go over our lines, fails, and highlights real quick?
Yeah.
We've gone
just
through
to-
so many of them already, but like it
Just
might
to
be good
get
to
them in a list form.
yeah.
You ready, Miss Scribe? With the
Yes.
beautiful handwriting.
So
For
uncanny for highlights. I know that we want to
Uh-huh.
be very uncanny. Lean into the sort of like
SCP.
yeah, SCP vibes. Yeah, I feel like we are going to be acting more as like agents versus
Yeah, this is gonna
regular
be...
ass counselors. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And in order to play the game, basically, and get, like, consistent tokens from each other, we have to interact with the campers deeply.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's going to be really good.
And, like, come and confront the strangeness with each other. Like, maybe that was when I saw you break, was when I knew who you were. And I was like, oh, I don't like that.
I don't like it.
That's actually my first impression of you,
Don't like it.
was seeing a cracked mountain.
Oh god.
And now the mountain is not, at the moment, currently not cracked, and you're like,
Its hair is beautiful.
Its hair is beautiful. Yeah, I think so for highlights, the uncanny, the definitely memory stuff, more wobbly memory stuff.
Moth cloud.
Huh?
Moth cloud.
What?
Moth cloud.
Moth cloud. That's right. You want a moth cloud.
I would like
I love a moth
if
cloud.
you can handle it.
I can handle it like verbalized. That's fine.
You just don't want a moth in front of you.
I don't want a moth in front of me. I don't live seeing a moth in movies. I don't like it very much.
But verbal
Then again,
tabletop moth
verbal
horror.
tabletop's fine.
Okay.
I think our no's are all basically the same.
No eye stuff.
No eye stuff, no cats, no nail stuff. Can't do that.
Veil wet gore.
Oh yeah,
If I recall, was kind of how we
like a very viscera-y stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a veil.
gore around here, cool. Gore around here, less cool.
The guts.
If, at least that's what the trend has been for you so far.
Muscle gore, okay. Organ gore.
Organ gore is a little wobbly. Yeah, we can have the organ gore, but it will be gently described instead of viscerally described.
Yeah, just to be like, you have a punctured lung. We don't need to.
Yep.
my pen just randomly died.
Sometimes you gotta
It's
turn it.
the card. I had the same thing when I was doing the cards earlier. Oh, no, your pen actually did die. Mine was like going in and out.
Yeah, my pen just randomly died. Can I have a different pen? I don't care what color. I'm just like making quick scroll notes and then I'll make these much neater.
In going through some of the setup, also again, chat, if you have any highlights, veils, lines that we should be aware of, let us know. It just worked again.
Obviously, we will not be doing any kind of like sexual violence or anything.
Yeah.
No.
Obviously.
We're just not about that in
Nope.
this house.
So no need to worry there. How does everyone feel about like themes of self-harm? Do we want to put that in a veil or a line?
I'm alright.
Maybe do a veil.
Let's do veil. We don't want it to be a focus or anything.
Uh-huh.
I just know that sometimes those sorts of things can.
Especially with that age group of campers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually,
I also think it's going to be a thing with Luca.
I would believe that. Yeah.
I think it might be a thing with Luca.
one more different pen because this pen's blue and this pen's blue. It's like almost the
It's
same.
writing again.
Okay, let's try this.
It just didn't like the card.
Yep.
I frequently have to kind of turn mine also because the ball will get stuck a little bit, and if I just turn the actual pen a little bit and scribble, it'll be fine.
It's like, oh, yeah, the glitter moved.
Yeah.
I appreciate how considerate y'all are being with this. Well, that's the fun part about horror.
Yeah. It's
Like,
great
especially
for-
build your own horror.
Yeah.
I know that last year we had a focus on teeth.
Yeah, we did have a
That
focus
was-
on teeth. Teeth and skin. Well, we had such a thing with skin last time.
I don't know how it became a motif.
I don't
It came in
know.
early and we ran with it.
Yeah. Weird.
I like skin.
I do too. It's my favorite organ.
The biggest
I like
one.
my skin wife.
Cursed.
I'm trying to think of.
I'm trying to think of like motifs and focuses that we can kind of like nail down that isn't just like uncanny question mark, you know? Because that could be anything.
Shadows.
Yeah.
I feel like a thing that we are very much trying to do with the way that this seems like it is being run is still make this a camp.
Yeah.
Like, we were hired to be camp
Yeah.
counselors. We are going to have camp, damn it, and these kids are going to have fun and they're going to be safe.
Yes, yes.
So I feel like serious about
I do.
fun.
It's only writing in certain spots.
I wonder if serious about fun might be a thing. Like,
Yeah.
especially if you notice the quiet ones, like the second any of the campers drift, maybe.
Because I feel like drifting might be a thing that we want to specifically watch out for. Like that would be kind of a sign or portent of like
If something
things are starting to maybe go wrong or
well, the
they
kids are
will get
start-
worse.
maybe they start to get like distracted. Like, oh, I'm with this group. I should go over there. And then it's like the kids start. We try to keep the ducks in a little bundle.
Yeah. Yes. I do like the concept of luring. Like there is a force luring us and the kids around. You know? Like trying to isolation, luring and isolation, because it tends to happen not to groups. It'll
Maybe
happen
that's
to like one
The
person.
prerequisite for a camp counselor coming back is if they're able to,
Sustain in isolation.
or no, not like be able to resist the lure of whatever is trying to attract people. So like if you come in here as a first time counselor and you immediately fall victim to it, the person who owns the place is like, no, they're not.
Not that one. Yeah. Not coming back.
If they make it.
Yeah, if they even, yeah. So here's the thing. I think that the deadliness of the camp is probably every several years. Like, we have fairly normal years.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's getting close to that time. But close to that time might be a 5-year span where we are hypervigilant.
Yeah. Like, we have, most years are quiet. Like, most years, totally normal. And then we'll have, it's another thing in Goat Valley Campground, where it's like, most of the time, year's very quiet. Some slightly weird stuff happens, you know.
Oh, a kid woke up in the middle of the lake on an island that wasn't there.
Like, some strange things, but nothing drastic. And then we'll have... You keep doing that. And then we'll have, like, a bad year. And that's, like the last bad year we had, our fucking friend died, you know? That was...
Does it seem that this year came on quicker, or is this kind of on schedule?
I feel like this one might be on schedule. It's just difficult for us as people who are, maybe our perception of time is a little bit warped by this place. It's tricky to keep a schedule, I think. And I feel like it's kind of a range. So, like, every 5 to 8 years or so, we have a bad year. Well, maybe not even that. Maybe 3 to 5. Like, 3 to 5 years.
But there might
or so.
even be that it is very hard to predict, because
Yeah.
then they would change the way that the camp is run from year to year.
Right. Yeah.
Like, some years it does happen 2 years in a row, but sometimes it can go, like, 10 years without happening.
Yeah.
But it's typically in that 3 to 5 year span.
Yep.
Oh, maybe to become a real staff member, you have to survive, like, a Lindworm
year?
event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to survive. You have to get through a bad year.
So, like, if you are here for 15 years, but you've never had a Lindworm event, we are never going to know your name.
Maybe that's
Right.
how we remember them, is we survive a Lindworm event with them.
Yeah. That's the mark of, like, becoming a fixture. I keep going back to that concept of being, like, a fixture of the camp. Like, we are part of it.
You're looking at themes of, like, anchors, lures.
Yeah. It's all very water-based. You're gonna have a great time.
I know, I think it's so good.
Yeah, a lot of this is strangely water-based. Yeah, anchors, lures.
It feels like a lot of the history is in the forest here, whereas before a lot of the threat was in the forest, and here the threat is everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
So far it feels more like, okay, yeah, we have to be within X distance from the forest, so forest might not be good.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter, because your choices
threat's
are
kind
a
of
cliff,
everywhere.
a lake.
Yeah. I like the concept that, like, there is something special about this space. Like, the area, however big it is, you know,
Yeah.
is, like, there's something odd about the land itself. Like, the mountain itself is, you know. So, like, nowhere's really that safe. It's just that some spots are safer than others. Which I think the woods might be a place that is safer than a lot of other places.
Well, it's harder to change the forest, because
The
that's
forest
such
is
an
like its own
interconnected
thing.
yeah. Like, just like a lake. You can alter it a bit. You could put a little bit of land in the lake, but
Right.
to, like... You can't change a cliff over much.
Right. The forest feels like an entity. And for someone like you, I feel like we should definitely lean less on the woods being, like, the scary place like we did last time. And it more being just, like, kind of a mystery. Like, it just, it does what it does. It isn't, like... The scary things happening are not because of the forest, like they were last time.
And maybe instead of targeting us, the Lindworm is targeting the area. Maybe it's being held here because of the consistency of the area. Like, the cliffs are very old, the lake is very old, the forest is very old, and until
Each thing has life to it, yeah.
until those things start changing, the Lindworm is kind of trapped here, which plays into the whole explosives and fireworks and setting the forest on fire
Well,
thing.
that also plays into the forest is kind of distrusting.
Yeah.
Maybe this has been going on for long enough that, like, okay, at this point, the forest knows that Oakley is here, so he can kind of navigate the paths pretty well. And then newer kids might get lost easily because it doesn't know, it isn't going to go out of its way to...
Yeah. it doesn't know what these things are here for, what these people are here to do or for. If it's more of a distrustful protector, if that makes sense, like it obviously doesn't want the lindworm to wreak its havoc. You know?
But it also probably can't do a whole lot directly.
Right. Yes. And it has to protect itself in order to protect everything else. You know what I mean? So it's obviously it would be distrustful of anything new that comes into it. That's kind of the vibe that I'm feeling this time with the woods.
I wonder if, when Oakley's no longer a staff member, if this path might go away.
Ooh. Yeah.
Because he's the only one that remembers it.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. We got some good vibes going.
Yeah, we do.
What do we got for our... Has anybody put anything in chat yet?
No.
No? Cool.
I guess they're okay with this ride.
Yeah. They're here for the ride. It is after 11.
We want to call it so you can go home.
That might
Probably
be.
soon. We might want to call it before we do a starting prompt.
Yeah.
Next time might be starting prompt, and then we should be able to get all the way through the surface and probably most of the descent next time. The surface is pretty short.
Well, and last time we didn't really know what our concept was.
Right.
Like, we didn't have one.
We had a really long surface last time. Our surface took 2
A session and a half.
Yeah.
Almost. We were afraid.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
We should have lost.
God, we came so fucking close to losing last time. I feel like we should start a little bit into the year, the camp year. This
Like,
time.
second or third group of campers for the year.
Yeah. Yeah, because I guess, is it do we think a month each is, our groups of kids, where, if we're working for 3 or 4 months, we have campers, we have different campers every month type of situation, where it's groups, or do you think...
I think it would be 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, because I don't know that I've ever heard of a summer camp that goes longer than 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's usually 3-4 days to 14. 14's a long camp.
Yeah. I know that, the camps we had in Traverse City, they would run all summer, but the actual camp, the
Duration.
The duration each group of kids would be there was, a week to 2 weeks.
I'd say we get 5 or 6 groups a year.
Yeah, that tracks. So, second or third group of kids probably would be about where I would place us this time around, because we started at the start of camp last time.
And maybe our first couple of groups were eerily quiet, there was nothing going on with any of the strangeness or any of the lures, nothing
and
was happening.
That was weird for us. We're something's wrong.
It's pretty quiet this year.
Something's happening.
A little too quiet this year.
Little too quiet. Gearing up. Yeah, I think that's the... And then we can start the surface next time. And we'll get through that pretty quick. Surface will be fast. It does probably mean that we'll have to start, if we want to get through the surface pretty quick and we're already in the ways, we might, we will be doing more Lindworm stuff.
Yeah.
Straight off the bat.
Yeah.
We talked about that's gonna be my first thing I do.
I mean, we could fully open with the Lindworm doing a thing, you know?
Yeah, we could.
We could
All 4 of
absolutely
us
do that.
invite the Lindworm to act. First go.
I still want to make the minor staff character quite early.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just so that we have that present.
I agree.
Alright, well, I'm gonna head over to the computer here.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed us building this little camp.
We hope you, enjoyed this,
We
our
hope that we see you
rambles.
next week for the game
The
proper.
game, yeah. This is a very fun little game. once we get deep into it, you will see exactly why. But the building of it is delightful. It's I've never had more fun, like, creating characters and creating a thing than I have playing this game. It's very fun. So if anybody is interested in playing this game with their friends,
Possum Creek Games.
Possum Creek Games is where you would buy it. It's $20. Go give Jade Dragon some support. This game is very, very, very fun. And very easy to learn how to play. I know it seems like a lot, like we took all of this time to like just do our thing.
But that was also because we have an audience, so we're taking our time to explain it.
Yep.
This would have gone...
If we were just playing this, it would have gone so fast.
Yeah.
It's quite, and it's all fairly straightforward. I know it looks like, I keep picking up like stacks of papers. Like it looks like a lot, but it is very easy to parse if you have it in front of you. So, it's a good fun time if you guys.
We do recommend a physical printout, though.
Yes, definitely.
Compared to something digital. Just so that you can say, here's the woods.
Yep. Even the physical copy of the book will tell you like which pages that you should probably print out from the PDF. Like the character sheets and the setting elements and that sort of thing. Like you should print that stuff out. But they have a PDF version. They also have a physical copy that you can buy. It has very beautiful art too. But yeah, I definitely highly recommend this game and all of Jade Dragon's other fun little TTRPGs.
And maybe we'll play a wholesome one someday.
Maybe one day. Or an even darker one. Huh?
Yeah, let's play a darker one.
There is a darker one. It isn't on their shop anymore. Before they took it off of everything, they were like, if anybody wants this really dark game, you can have it for free, or you can tip me, but then I'm gonna take it off of everything, and I have it, I got it, so...
He was like, maybe this might be not helpful for people.
Yeah, it's very dark. I'll send it to you guys. It's fun. It looks fun anyway. I've never played it, but it looks really good. It's more simplistic than this, but it's worse. Scarier.
Reasonable.
But yes, I hope you enjoyed, and we hope to see you next week. For more Sleepaway.
We are going to go raid Devil's Luck Gaming, since that is one Jake has on here.
They're cool. I haven't gotten a chance to watch a whole lot of their stuff, but they're good
So
people.
go give them some love. We are going to head out, and Vox is going to go home, and I'm going to go sleep.
Sleep. I'm gonna go home.
Sounds like to me.
I gotta drive for an hour.
I can come make some wet sounds by your face.
Bye.